Welcome to Knit Night. I'm Liz and joined by my
Hello.
friend Therese and our dear friend Amy
Hey.
from the Two Sisters and Some Yarn, and most recently from the awesome Who Done Knit Mal that if you didn't participate in, shame on you, and you should do it next time because it was a lot of fun.
It was.
So hopefully Joe will be joining us shortly.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, because I hope she finished reading it. I love to see her reaction.
it's tomorrow where she is, so who knows what's going on.
True.
Because,
And that is my timer for the men's food, so I'll be right back.
So welcome. It's Monday, yay. Sure a bunch of you guys watched football all weekend.
Mhm.
And some are happy, some probably aren't. Some didn't have teams in, so they don't care. Me,
Someone's like, nah, whatever.
but it is what it is.
It is.
So, what's up
That's
with you,
interesting.
Therese?
Nothing. Just dealing with winter. It's like, I don't know, raining most of the time, but not warm. And just yuck.
Then you probably shouldn't ask Amy or me about our weather then,
Because I'll be mad.
And here she be. There she is. Hey, Joe Bob.
Hey.
Goodbye.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yay.
And there,
Don't ask-
yep, we can. So
Don't ask
hello.
me about my weather either. I'm melting like the Wicked Witch of the West.
I'm the only one freezing to death here.
Hey, I'm
Yeah,
in long sleeves.
I told her not to ask us about our weather because
Nope.
ours is probably. We were 70 yesterday, so
We were.
and that's not normal here for January. It will probably be down in the 40s again by next week. But
Yeah, it's like 50s today, so it was cool today.
it was really weird, but nice. So what's up with Miss Joe Bob?
Oh my gosh, it was so hot yesterday. It was 36 degrees.
Ooh,
It was a stinker yesterday. It's quite mild to start off with today. It's probably about 26, 27. Oh, what a day. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
hello.
Hello, Miss Amy. Oh my gosh, Miss Amy. Oh, yeah, hi, I'm Joe Bob. This is a Knit Night podcast. I'm sure you already know all of that. Welcome, welcome.
So, did you finish the story, Joe Bob? Did you find out if you're a murderer?
You blew my mind. You know you did. Oh my goodness. I'm not even going to do any spoilers, but if you have not been to Two Sisters and Some Yarn on Instagram and hit on the link tree and read the murder mystery Who Done Knit, go and do it. Go and do it. I think it's click on the latest link and you'll be able to read the whole story right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Weeks. We've got weeks of how many? Four chapters, and then a conclusion. Maybe is that right?
Yep.
You blew my mind, girlfriend. You absolutely blew my mind. Because oh my goodness, you know I got it wrong. I got it completely wrong. I thought I was going to get killed first. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's amazing, Amy. I can't even. Okay, I do have a question though. You ready?
Okay.
I have a question. I'm really stuck on this. At the beginning of the story, or not at the beginning of the setting up for the murder mystery night, you mentioned 9 tables. And I'm like, where are all these people coming from? How did you fit 9 tables in the parlour? I mean, like, I was certain I was going to get done with a rest in the kitchen, like checking out Jack's creme brulee. I was certain I was going to cook it. So my question is, who are all these people coming to the next little mystery next year, 2025? Because you set 9 tables.
Yeah, but weren't they like
no,
the
I
little
take-
cafe tables?
but I didn't
Yeah,
say
the little bistro tables.
Echo. Sorry.
Uh-oh. Joe, can you pop back and pop back in?
Oh, sure. Sure. Excuse me while I go plot someone else's demise.
We won't talk about any whodunit till you get back. No, she was not talking about multiplication tables, Tomsky. But then again, it's possible. I hope everybody read the story. It was good. I'm looking forward to a next edition if you decide to do it, because
Oh yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to, but
I see Audrey and Mrs. Joe off. So, but no more talking about that till Joe's back. But welcome to our favorite Chief Stan.
that's right. Hate Taylor Swift. I'm with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a big fan of Mr. Swift either.
No, not really. No, he's become quite douchery. So
He's
Well,
just-
I think you get on that level and some people it goes to their heads.
yeah,
You know.
or maybe he was always that way. We just didn't know because then nobody.
Well, I wonder if he and his brother kind of give me the feeling that they could have been the big guy bullies.
Hmm.
No
I don't
more
know. I
football
thought I saw a
talk.
thing.
Pull up podcast pirate.
I thought I saw a picture of them in that high school and they were like nerdy or something like that.
Oh, maybe.
Or
I
maybe
don't
that
know.
was not true. It was something about this. One of them's dating Taylor Swift and one of them's something else, and maybe I don't remember. So
I don't know. We'll see what happens
I
with
don't
this
know.
whole.
But I'm sure we'll get a song out of it in a couple of years. So.
Yeah.
Therese, this one's for you.
All right, Joe
So-
Bob. So hopefully there's no
Okay.
echo. So I actually had to have that part fact checked because I can't math. So at first I had 9 tables or 10 tables or whatever with 2 people at each table. And then as I started adding the guests, I was like, wait, I have more guests than tables and spots. So, so I had Becky go back and check the math and make sure, and Liz check the math to make sure for me too, that I didn't say how many people were at each table.
Yeah, I just thought they were the little cafe tables.
They were supposed to be the little bistro table. So at first I only had like 20 guests, but then after I started adding everybody up, I'm like, wait, I've actually possibly got more than that because I say about more people coming in that I don't introduce because I wanted it to be chaotic. And how they would all fit is that's literally how big and fancy those houses are. Like we're talking a house that would sell for like $5 million. Like this is huge. Yeah. So I actually literally fact checked all of that part with my coworker because she grew up in Uptown and the house I envisioned, actually is a real house. So
wow. And chaos, yes, it was chaos everywhere. I was looking this way, I was looking that way. I was like, what am I missing? Who's doing what? Where is everybody standing? Who ran in the door? Who ran out the door? Oh my goodness, it was so much fun, Amy. It was too much fun.
It was fun when she was writing it because we got to chat about different things.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, like the conversation? Can you imagine if Joe's a character? Because she just said she would probably be killed. And then,
and shout out to Becky for the best editing ever.
Oh, yeah.
She sat there and because I'm not good with tenses, I would write in first tense and I was accidentally writing in third person and I'm like, I'm doing this wrong. Like I haven't done this in so long. And she would fix it for me and change the she was aces.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was definitely a good story. I look forward to the future adventures of Audrey and her sidekick, Mrs. Joe.
Me too. I've never been to a murder mystery. Now I can say I have been to my very own murder mystery. I've never. I mean, that's amazing.
My daughter was in a couple in college where they would volunteer to be in it, and then you would get a little card saying who the character was. And the last one she was in, every one of the suspects had committed a murder, but not the murder of the victim at the party.
Oh.
So
Okay.
everyone was a murderer, but not the murderer.
And I contemplated doing that, and I was like, I don't think my brain can keep up with the details. So
that and we don't need. We've already had faked deaths in the knitting community. You don't need a
I know, right?
mystery where everybody's a murderer.
And I will tell you, the carjacking was inspired by true events because the New Orleans DA and his mother got carjacked. So
Oh, wow.
that's a true story that I threw in there.
Wow. And Amy, did you like my Miss Marple costume?
I did. I saw that.
I dressed up for the event.
And I realized I cannot watch y'all and drive to work because I just listen. Because first of all, then y'all are Joe's saying, "Look, Amy, look," and I'm like, "I can't look. I'm driving." And I glance over, and there's Joe's foot in the screen.
Yeah, she was doing car yoga to show her socks.
I don't remember that Office episode, Murder in Savannah.
Oh.
I don't remember that Office episode, and I'm pretty sure I've seen every one. Or British Office or American Office, that could be.
Well, Savannah would have to be American, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's a Savannah in England.
Mm-hmm.
True.
I don't remember that episode.
Wow.
No, but I've really
That
thought
was
of it because
so
there was a
much
Golden
fun.
Girls episode about murder mystery, and I don't even know how I came up with the idea, but
Mhm.
now the
Well-
timer's going off again. I'll be right back.
Well, it was a lot of fun, and it made doing the knit along, fun with all people suggestions and guesses.
Yeah.
Oh, U.S.
There was
office when Michael thinks the office is going to get closed down.
Oh.
Okay.
And there was lots of lovely knitting happening at the same time. I saw lots of photos of people's murder knitting.
Yep.
So that was fun. Got some inspiration for some knits. I saw a few murder knits shawls.
Oh, you mean
Bang.
like this one right here? Look at that one.
The one that's
Ma-
growing steadily on Amy's needles.
Made out of Holly's
I thought that's what that
food
was.
on it. And there's
That's such
Christmas
pretty yarn.
That's pretty.
stock.
Wow.
Look at that, Joe. It just goes.
Yeah.
Look,
Look
Joe,
at
look.
that.
Look, Joe.
Just grows really quickly. What a pretty little shawl. Well, Miss Amy, I won't make you suffer my feet again.
And there's the other. That's
I
Carissa's.
haven't.
You can't,
Oh, sorry. What are you doing?
That's
that's
Carissa's.
Carissa's.
Oh, Sweet Mountain Craft.
Yeah, that's her poison vial.
Poison vial. Yeah, it looks
I'm
green
doing
and
puff
sloppy.
down, and I'm not used to that, so I don't know how y'all do that. That's weird.
What?
I just
Down.
prefer toe up. I like,
I like toe up.
Oh.
I don't like puff down.
I don't
Right.
like toe up. I'm not a toe
I
up
like it
girl.
because then you can use as much yarn as you want.
right. I feel like I can gauge it better of trying it on and seeing how far I want to go. And
Originally, I started it because I didn't like to Kitchener stitch.
so you're
Uh-huh.
not
So
gonna
I would do
yoga
toe
for
up,
me
so I didn't have to
also?
worry about it.
Yep.
No yoga this time.
No, I didn't do my Kitchener stitch because I'm still waiting to finish the other one. So hang on, where am I? There we go. So I've still got the two DPNs sticking out the end. And this is a medium blocker, so you can see like it's quite a loose fit. And then it goes all the way. Oh gosh, there's a hook there. Goes all the way up to there. So I didn't want to do my yoga again today. No, that was a bit scary. I didn't know if I could make it back upright after last week's yoga. And I've made a little bit of progress on the second one. So I've done all that length, the top
Wow.
for my meaty calves, and all the way down to my slender cankles. And look, I got pooling on this one on the front.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
That
I
is
wish I
very
had
cool.
got on the other one. So I got some pooling there, and I am up to the heel.
So you're going to have enough yarn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, heaps.
Yeah.
This is two
There was a
skeins.
question. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no,
Two skeins,
this is
okay.
the second skein. Yeah,
Okay.
I was only worried because I was considering doing a folded over cuff, at the top.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
did not do that on the first one, nor the second one, because I wasn't sure if I would have enough yarn. But hang on, let me get my sock blocker back. Plenty. I've got this much left. So I could have
yeah.
done Yeah, I could easily have done a folded over cuff at the top. Absolutely. Now I've got yarn bath happening inside the sock blocker. Wow, Amy. So, Amy, I also want to say at the top of the podcast, my condolences to Denise and yourself
Thank you.
on losing producer Andrew.
He was such
you
a
know,
sweet dog.
he was an absolute darling dog, and Denise should be very proud of his long, happy life that he lived.
He did.
I just wanted to say hello because I know, Denise is a fan of mine because of my comments about her cardigan, and she'll probably be watching one day. So I just want to send my condolences. I'm very sorry that we lost Andrew.
Yeah, he was 15. So, and he was not sick until like right before the end. So that's good. He didn't, get sick.
No, I'm sure there's lots of beautiful memories there for Denise and her family of Andrew as part of their family.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the cardigan with the goiter modification.
The goiter, yes. Yes.
Hi, Denise. Can't wait to sit here and chat with you one day while I'm making
that would be awesome.
One day. I don't know. We'll see.
Denise, please come on. You're totally welcome anytime.
Maybe if I kidnap her and we have another sister trip.
Have two glasses of wine and then come join us. It'll all make sense, Denise.
If we take another sister trip and she's kidnapped and she has no choice.
But to sit next to you and show us 13 pairs of socks.
But it's an act of Congress to get her on camera to begin with. So
yeah, but then she gets on and then she's just like,
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
She's a prolific knitter.
Yeah, it's like I've got 15 whips, but I'm only going to show 13 this time.
Because it's just like knit group. It's just like talking to your friends. So
But I love it because she's just so happy and enjoys what she makes, and and matching her bags and her yarn and her stitch markers and her mug. And
that was her plan all along was get to do this in retirement. So.
Her project bags, oh my goodness, she must have a whole wardrobe just for her, like a cupboard just for her bags.
She's got a lot.
She has. She's got quite the collection.
That's my inheritance.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's actually part of where the murder mission. I was like, look, when I first started the idea, I was like, Denise, I just want you to know, I'm not planning on killing you. Okay.
Oh, that's good news.
Just FYI.
And I saw that Jacques was truly French with his surname too.
Yes.
Jacques Clodier, yes.
Fun. Yeah, that just popped in there. I thought, that was a bit cheeky, putting that surname in there.
I tried to sprinkle some people in there, and some people know, and some people don't know. And
I like the boyfriend's name Watson as a PI. So that was cute.
That was also inspired by a friend. A friend of mine is her and her husband are private investigators, and she told me they've definitely seen naked people while they're serving people. So I was like, okay, I got to throw that in there.
Sadly, you can see naked people at the shoplifting cams on Walmart too sometimes.
True.
Sad. But no, it was fun because it was lighthearted, but it was also, yes, it's murder, but it wasn't like dark, with a lot of graphic stuff. It was more,
I was trying to keep it,
cozy knits, murder knit type thing, which was a lot of fun with the knitting thrown in. Yeah, with the knitting thrown in. Yeah, I don't get the cozy part. Are you supposed to be cozy while you're sitting and reading it, or is the murder cozy? Or
I guess.
Never quite understood.
Stories. Don't they have like several murder knitting based stories?
Oh yeah, there's. I read a series of them based in Massachusetts, a little beach town in Massachusetts. I read like 23 of them.
Oh wow!
But they just got to be very formula. The crimes got to be, very predictable. I read it to learn about the different knitting, and people made a heck of a lot of projects without spending a lot of time knitting. Like they would knit one night a week at their knit night and barely knit throughout the rest of the time, and yet have all these finished objects. Like, where are you getting them done when you're out running around looking for clues?
Yeah, and I don't think hardly anybody got why Joe was Miss Joe. Not many people got it.
It's a
Oh,
respect thing.
And that's the thing.
it's
It's because
family.
it's because it's such a Southern thing that I don't know that everybody
Exactly.
got it.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
that's why I purposely in her dialogue said Miss Joe.
Mhm.
But when she talked to everybody, it was always Miss whoever.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
That's
so
how.
if
Yeah.
if she didn't say Miss to Miss and Mister to them, it's presumed they're her age.
Right.
That's
Right.
kind of our rule. Is that
Right.
if
Yeah.
they're your age or they're not in a position of authority over you, you don't have to use Mister or Miss. And the Mister is always Mister in the last name,
Yeah.
Right.
unless you're
Right.
really close.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah.
that's
Now,
why even in her head, she said Miss Joe.
Well, when
Oh,
you
yeah,
posted
yeah.
in the
She did,
chat
yeah.
asking
You
people
know.
if they got it and said, but don't ask me, I had to stop and think what you meant because it just made sense to me that I thought there was something else that I missed that I wasn't getting about it because it
Because
just
Joe was
Right.
not just Joe Bob. Joe was also my
No.
mama from another grandmama named Miss Joanne. So I merged the two.
right.
Yeah. That was
See,
lovely.
I grew
Very
up that
odd.
way too.
Yeah.
But then if you had
Yeah.
like very close, very, very close, then they were aunt or uncle.
Right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we have auntie.
But the
yeah.
next hierarchy is Miss, and like you said,
Right.
it's Miss first name, Mr. last
Mr.
name.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my kids were
Yeah.
probably like 10 before they realized their Aunt Katrina is not actually their aunt.
Right. Right.
Exactly.
I had to
Yeah.
explain. I'm like, wait, we're not actually related, just so you know.
Right.
Mhm.
You never called anybody by their first name. Oh
No.
no.
No,
No.
No.
no. That was funny.
It's
Our minister, they went to Israel and for an archaeological dig and took various members of the church, some young, some old. And I forget where they were. I think they were at the dig. And apparently over there, it's just very unusual to say Mr. in the last name. So one of the girls that went, she's probably, 30 something.
Mhm.
So he's like, look, because it was kind of freaking out the other people who were local and other cultures that were there. And he's like, okay, while we're here, you could just call me Phil. And she was like, I can't.
Awkward.
And he's
Awkward.
like, no, you have to call me Phil because it's just awkward and it's not, it was insulting in their culture. I'm like, just call me Phil.
Right.
They were just like,
Yeah, it's
yeah. When I worked at the bank when I first started, customers would say, "Call me by their first name."
I
And I'm like,
can't.
"But I can't because
can't.
I was not raised that way.
Can't.
No.
You're Mr.
Yeah.
and Mrs. whatever." And they're like, "Oh, just
Mhm.
call me Sam." No, sorry, I can't. Sorry. My mother would be horrified if I did. So
I still to this day call
Mhm.
like my friend's parents. We grew up in the church together. They are still Mr. Now he is his Mr. and his first name, but that's just because I grew up with her. But like there was Papa whoever. So even though it wasn't really our Papa, it was Papa their last name.
Right.
mhm.
Yep.
So that was the
I was
trick.
gonna
It
say,
wasn't that it was Joanne. It was that even in her head, she used the
Right.
familiar, respectful term.
Well, of course you would.
Yeah.
You wouldn't
Right.
even. It wouldn't occur to you to use her first name. Yeah.
No, that's why when you asked that question, I couldn't figure
No,
out
it's
what
just
you
like-
meant because it was
I
just
thought
like
there was
but
something else that I was.
No.
I did
missing.
too. Because I'm like, what did I miss? I went back and read it. I'm like,
Yeah.
but that's just how you address somebody.
Right.
I don't get
But
it.
in the dialogue, in the
In
actual
her
words
Yeah.
of the story, even in her
Yeah.
head,
Yeah.
she said it. So the other ones, she
Yeah.
only said it when she spoke to them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that still makes sense. Yeah.
And
So
I
now
very
we're
purposely-
much more
I
casual
purposely
about
did
titles.
not describe anyone's characteristics pretty much, other than like what they were wearing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because I don't like when people are overly in a book. Like, okay, I get it. Okay. What's her face from Harry Potter? It's important that her hair is so red. It's a factor, But like, because Weasleys all have red hair. Okay, that's fine. But I like to pretend what they are in my own head,
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, 'cause you
But then when
envision
you
them.
go see the movie,
right?
then you're like, wait a minute,
And
he
I'm
doesn't
like,
look like
what?
that.
It's like my
We're far
husband's
more
family.
casual. We don't call anyone ma'am here, and very rarely sir, but sir and madam. And madam's so pompous. So a lot of
Yeah.
people will say, please just call me. Even elderly people, when I call them Mr. or Mrs., they will always say, just call me Dave, just call me Jack, just call me Tom. You know, and it's uncomfortable. I think all know if we're very familiar, yes, it's an auntie. It's always an auntie or an uncle for someone who's close, like family, the family you choose, and you don't want your kids to be calling them by their first name. So it's auntie or uncle.
Well,
Yeah.
when I was growing up, calling someone who had the title madam, it was not out of a title of respect.
That means something else over here.
Yeah, I mean something else in the South especially. But my husband's family, his sisters and cousins have stopped. For some reason, they stopped calling all the aunts and uncles aunt and uncle, and they just refer to them by their first name, which is weird. But now their kids do it, so all my nieces and nephews just call us by our first name.
Yeah,
like,
I can't even.
When did they change this? Because we don't do this. That's just wrong. And it's weird. Like I still call his aunt and uncles aunt and uncle.
Yeah,
because
me too.
That's how I was introduced to them as.
Right.
So.
Yeah, no, that's just really hard for me. No, and I don't I don't get a lot of yes ma'am or no ma'am. Sometimes I do. One of my vendors does it all the time, and I'm like, okay, stop it. Like I'm not
old enough to be a ma'am.
Yeah.
I know you're like 23, so that is way younger than me, but I don't feel like it. So
I noticed when sorry.
That's when you use the Ms. When you're too old to be a Miss.
Yeah.
But you're not a ma'am, it's Ms. You know, Ms. somebody.
Yeah, and I kept writing. I wrote MS, like MS, but we all really actually say Ms. So I don't know
M-I-Z-Z,
yeah, it sounds like Ms. with a Z, but I don't know if that's just. I wasn't going to write.
Before the feminists hijacked it.
M-I-Z-Z looks weird written, so I'm not writing that. So.
I noticed with my kids at school, at high school, particularly Millie, if there was a favourite teacher, there is a favourite teacher, and it's Miss, never her surname, it was just Miss, and she had her favourite ag teacher was Sir. Even just talking to him on the phone in the car, you know, when we're driving to his farm, she's going, okay, Sir. Everything's Sir, and she'll say, oh, I talked to Sir about this. Like she doesn't even say their surname to me, so you know it's the two particular. Her favourite female and her favourite male teacher is just Miss and Sir.
Well, at least there's still some respect there.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. But she just doesn't say their surname.
That's funny.
It is funny. And yeah, speaking to them, they insist on their first names. So she obviously feels like, nah, I'll just call you Miss. Or Sir.
I mean, that's a little, at that age, it's kind of puts the kids in an uncomfortable position to call them their first name. You know,
they're
there's
not
supposed to be that line between student and teacher.
Right.
And I think a lot of the issues we have in our schools is the teachers are way too familiar with the students. And a lot of those teachers are getting arrested for it.
Because I remember when I was homeschooling, a lady came, she lives down here now, but she's from Canada, and it really, really bothered her when the kids called her Miss and her first name. And I'm like, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're just going to suck it up and deal with it. My kid is not saying just your first name. My 6-year-old's not walking up to you and saying, Susie, come here. No.
Right. No. Miss Susie. Yeah. It's lovely. But I got it. I felt very loved and welcomed into the story. That's why I was so sure I was going to get chopped first. I thought, oh, she's going to flatter me and butter me up and then smash me into little pieces with the kitchen cleaver, you know, with the meat cleaver. I was truly surprised.
I contemplated taking more people out, but then I was like, all right, I don't want this to get out of hand.
It's not a murder myths episode where 2 or 3 or 4 people have to die. Like Midsummer Murders, where there's at least 3 murders in each little village each week.
Right, like people are gonna call the authorities. You might want to go check this chick's house. Like,
wow. I like the fact she went to all the trouble to make fake flyers.
Yeah.
Like Audrey couldn't Google, you know, like.
Right. Well, and the reason I thought of that is because I was like, okay, well, how am I going to assure that that's who the realtor she picks?
Oh, I know.
You know, and then because what happens is, and I don't know if they do it everywhere, but down there especially, because my boss gets the flyers all the time. You know, as soon as the house sells near you, they send a flyer to your, I sold the house for whatever. So that kind of real estate down there, that is like top of the
Yep.
line. Like you're not gonna pick just any realtor.
Yeah.
You're gonna pick a serious. So it should have been a red flag to people if they know anything about real estate. Is why is this young? Oh, she's just a friend
Yes,
sort of from
Neil.
high school.
Absolutely, you do.
Amy,
No.
100%, Mr. James.
Yes.
Amy,
Don't call me madam.
Is there a place where you have announced? Did you
What?
announce it? Some actual place who did it, or is
You
it
have
just
to read the story.
you just?
Just
It's
read
in
the
the story.
conclusion.
It's in the conclusion of the story.
Someone in chat is asking.
Oh, it's on the link tree. It's in the last conclusion. Yeah.
Go to
I did
Insta.
not send a reminder. I'm sorry, I didn't send a reminder email out to everybody because I said 3,000 times. It's on the oven. Love you. It's on the oven. I said 3,000 times that it's in the link tree. So, I was kind of hoping people would just check. Because
Oh, Neil's in the chat.
Google
Neil,
didn't
Yeah,
like.
Uncle Neil. I'm going to call him Uncle Neil.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, it
Neil.
doesn't look-
Movie recommendation for Neil. Netflix. 3:00 this morning. Couldn't help myself. Watch the Marilyn movie.
Oh,
It's kind of
Is that the one?
British.
Is that
It's
the one
kinda
with
soft,
Michelle
but it-
Williams as Marilyn? Is that what the one with Michelle Williams as Marilyn?
Oh,
was it? No, was that Michelle Williams? Was it?
I don't
No.
know. She did one as Marilyn. I don't know
No.
which one's on Netflix though.
No. It looked to me like one of your very lovely American actors, singers. Google it.
Oh,
Google it.
Anna de Armas. It was that. Oh, right. That was that Cuban girl who played her. Remember, there was she had been in the James Bond movie. Anna de Armas. That's who played it.
Okay. I don't know.
I remember
Don't
because it was a controversy of her doing it because she was Hispanic or something.
It was great.
Not very
That's all I
fun.
can say. It was 3:00 in the morning. Don't ask me why, but at midnight, I'm sitting there instead of thinking, oh yeah, let's just wrap up this knitting and go to bed. I thought, oh, I've got a Monster drink there. Let's just have an energy drink and see how far we go. And then it was 5:00, and I'm like, holy dooly, you're getting up in 3 hours. Like that movie, I watched that movie. I watched a couple of different things during the evening, couple of podcasts, and then I got sucked into that movie. And I thought, well, I can't leave it halfway through. It was 4:00, 4:30. No, I'm watching it to the end. I found it on the old Netflix. I'm sorry I didn't look up who the actors were. It was just on one of the recently added something. Oh, and you know what else I watched? This is why this is why I'm so wrecked today. Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris.
Oh, I want to watch that one. I've seen that. That's on my list.
Just the title sucked me in, and I watched that as well. That's why I think. Oh my goodness! I watched movie after movie.
It was called Blonde. That's the one on Netflix.
Blonde. That's the one. So who's the actress in that then? Blonde.
Anna de Armas. She was in a James Bond movie.
She was amazing. She was so good, but it was very Saltburnish, Neil. Don't watch it with your mum. Do not watch it with your mum. So that was, I couldn't get my eyes away from that. Hence, I didn't do much knitting, but I was just watching.
I haven't watched Saltburn.
Me neither.
Don't.
It looked a bit much.
no.
It's messy. It's messy.
Yeah, I don't like that thing.
It's mentally messy. It's emotionally fraught with all sorts of. Neil, what would the word be, Neil?
Crazy?
No, not even that.
Psychological?
Yeah, it's psychological degradation would probably be my best explanation. I mean, it was good. Good acting. Great acting, especially in the bathroom. Hey, Neil. So Blondie was similar in emotional sort of stuff. Gosh, she did a good job then. And her singing was amazing then. I thought it must have been an American singer come actress. It was really good. Okay, I enjoyed that. And Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. You got to watch that one. That one's a good one for the whole family. That's a fun one.
I did finally finish The Crown, Neil. I finished that.
I haven't finished that.
I quit after season 2 of The Crown.
I had quit for a long time, so then I went back, and me and Paul wanted to watch something together, and we watched it.
Nice.
Look at what you got there, Joe Bomb.
This is
Ooh, your
what I
black
was doing
sweater.
last night. This is, I decided to do, guys, you know, it's 113 stitches across each side. I decided to do just a little shallow neck.
Oh, is that the one you were doing 2 pieces together? And
Mhm.
Yeah. While I was watching Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, I sewed up. I just did I don't do mattress stitch. You know what I do? I turn it inside out and do a running stitch. So there's my shoulder
That's what I do.
seams. Yep, that's what I do. Never done a mattress stitch in my life. And I decided, you know how I had got to about 17 inches? I was like, holy gosh, I better stop knitting. I decided to go to 20 inches in length, all up. And I will do the sleeves at 13 inches from the bottom. So I'm giving myself 4-inch on either side, 20-inch sleeves, I think. Anyway, you can actually see the colour a bit better today, black with the tan. So that's what I was doing last night. I just sort of decreased the sleeves, you know, the old 6 and then 6 and then 6 and then 6 more. So it's a sloping down, and it's cozy. It's good, and it sits right where I want it to for now. But it's such stretchy yarn that where I've had it folded and shoved in the bag, and then I pulled it out, it was like a big egg hanging off one side. And I thought, what have I done? What have I done? But it's just a yarn. I had a goiter around the chesticles area, but it's just the nature of this yarn. It just, when it's washed, hopefully it'll really drop and dry.
Excuse me. We don't use the word chesticle here, okay? Just say boobs, okay?
Around the chest area. So that one I did last night. Hence, I really wanted to get that sewn up and get the collar done. So, you know, I kept thinking, what am I going to do if somebody gets up and it's 3:30 and here I am casting on a collar, adding on a collar to my jumper? They're going to think I'm nuts. And
Sweater police can just stay away.
Yeah. This beauty, I did another round. So I've done the initial round and then 2 others. So I've still got another 2.5 to go before I get, oh gosh, sorry, you can't really see that there, can you?
That's your
That's
vest.
pretty, Joe. That's very
That's
pretty.
my vest.
It's pretty.
And I keep thinking, oh, it's huge. But I got the old tape measure out. I've done size 5. I should have done size 4, but I've done size 5 and it's on gauge. So it's going to be something like 50, almost 52 inches across, and that's without washing. Actually, I wonder, is it as wide as this one? Let me see, because this one
is supposed to go over a shirt.
Yeah, it's going to go over everything. Let me just line it up with this one and see if it's bigger than this one. Oh, it is a little bit. Yeah, a lot bigger than this one. Oh, golly gosh, it's going to be quite wide. Oh, it's by an inch or so bigger. Okay, so yeah, a whole day I just sat there and did nothing, ignored everybody, as you do when you're busy knitting, and did a whole round in one go. Took me, you know, like 10 hours with meal breaks and toilet breaks. There you go, you can see it there.
I do hope you're being facetious.
No, it takes forever. It takes, because I'm doing 2-handed colour work.
Oh.
I'm not being facetious. It took me all day to do one round, Miss Amy.
No.
Oh, that
day.
sounds fun.
Don't you
Yeah,
want
and
to
then
that
I was-
needle, Therese?
And then I was thinking, I keep saying I've got 480 stitches. I've got 408. If Neil does the largest size, he'll have 480 stitches across.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what she felt was too complicated.
Exactly.
I mean, 20 rows, it took me all day. All my spare time in the day.
That's true,
Minus.
Neil. Steek the sides and make it smaller. Steek that baby. Don't you steek it anyway?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that the whole purpose of y'all doing this?
Yes. Steeking the
just
neck and the sleeves.
Stick it down the front and just make it a jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
look, I'm happy to keep going with the vest idea, because if it is baggy and too big in the booby area,
But I thought
Rudy
y'all
Moody
weren't
area.
sneaking it. I thought that was the whole reason.
Yeah, we're steaking it. But no, I
Oh,
was saying if it's too baggy for a vest, too oversized, I would put sleeves on it and make it a
Oh.
oversized,
oh.
boyfriend sweater.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh, you can see the color better there. There you go.
Yeah,
It's
that's
so
pretty.
green.
It's pretty.
I thought it was going to be more brown, but looks like I decided it's not old lady's carpet. It looks like some old bachelor's carpet rug.
Maybe another murder mystery will take place there.
Ooh. Don't get
So
blood
have-
on the rug.
Yeah, don't get blood on it.
So I have been busy knitting away, and I hope to, whoever, that I don't run out of yarn, but I'm really getting through the yarn. I guess not really. If I've got 2.5 more repeats, and then I was thinking, is 2.5 more repeats too long?
I'll be
Let
right
me
back. I
measure
gotta go do
this.
my dinner.
I don't think
Oh, I'm
so.
sweating now.
And
It's
just
swamp
remember,
ass.
you don't have to do sleeves either.
Oh
So-
yeah, not unless I choose to. Oh yeah, look, it's all. I think 2.5 is going to be too many. It's already over 10 inches now.
Oh.
I've got 10.5 inches with 3 rounds. I don't think I really want to do 5 rounds to the underarm. I wonder how Shauna's going with hers. I think she did a size 4, which is probably what I should. It's definitely what I should have done. I'm already over 10 inches and I've done 3 rounds. I don't really want it to be up there near the 17-inch mark again. Okay. Do another one next week, see how we go, if I get time to do another round. At this rate, how long is it going to take me? About another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks or something, plus the steeking and then the extras.
But
It's
you'll
a-
still
it's a
have it done
slow-
before winter.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's slow fashion for sure. I can't imagine doing it single hand color, because gosh, it would just take forever. I'm not the fastest on my two-handed, but at least I've sort of got both needles going without having to drop the yarn. Wow. It's huge. It's great. Okay, so what else? What are you guys knitting on? Therese, what are you up to? Where's your socks?
I don't have socks with me right now. I have.
Oh.
I'm working on my shawl that I couldn't work on when I had migraines because it made me dizzy.
Yeah.
So we're a couple inches, I'd say 3 inches into going the other way.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
There,
You've done
you can see where it's going the other way now.
Yeah.
This way it's going
That's
this
so
way.
cool.
So it's it'll block out the
Yeah,
one
you've
fold
done
was
heaps.
curling. But yeah. So that's what I've been working on. And then when I can't use my iPad because I'm streaming or something or chatting, I just been doing like little crochet shawl here and washcloths there and just,
Yeah. So
Stuff.
how's your migraine? Is it gone or is it still lingering?
it's gone. It, I don't know if it was from the barometer or, I don't know what it was, but no good. So that's what I'm working on. I might have that done by next week. Depends.
Wow.
Well, because now you're losing a stitch every 2 rows, so it'll go quicker,
Okay. Wow.
So it's
Cool.
fun.
I'm glad you're feeling better. That's good.
What do you got there? What's that red thing there, Liz?
It's my fingering weight cardigan that I've been working on. I got one sleeve done.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm doing the sleeves and then I'll go back and do the body because I know I'm not going to want to do the sleeves after I do a duster length cardigan.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a little larger in the shoulder because I have a lot of short sleeve shirts that either have gathering at the top or they're longer. and I can't put a sweater over them because it bunches it up or it gets in your underarm. So I wanted one that had more room in the underarm so that I could wear it over that kind of top. So
Yeah.
so it kind of has a balloon sleeve and then gathers down at the bottom.
Hmm.
But that's it. I was working my other new design, but that's on hold right now because I started it again with a different yarn, which I really love, but it's too busy and it doesn't show up. So I need to do it more a neutral solid. So
Yep.
it's all written out in my head. It's just a matter of knitting it and then writing out the other sides, but sizes. But I'll have to wait and figure out what other color I'm going to do it in. So yeah, so I'm trying to get this done because we have a family thing beginning of March, and it'd be nice if I had it done. I don't know if it's going to be done, but maybe. So yeah, that's about it. Didn't knit a lot this week, or it seems like I knit a lot, but I didn't get a lot done because I pulled out a lot because I had to pull the sleeve out twice because to get the decrease rate better. So
I went stash diving for my ranunculus, and first, remember I said I had some Zauber ball? I'm probably not going to do this one right now. It's
pretty.
pink. Do you like it? It's not my
Yeah.
colours.
I think
I've got two of
it's
them
pretty.
in case I
Pretty.
wanted to use it for colour work. Okay, well,
Pretty.
yeah, it's okay. It's all right.
That would be really cute if that would be really pretty if you were making a short sleeve ranunculus for spring or something.
That's what I was thinking. A summery, really, stick it on the old 6mm needles. But then I found this as well. And this is Noro. I've got two of these as well, and it's single ply. But I was thinking these are more sort of autumn colours. It's got green in there and gold and chocolate and cream. So I don't think that's very summery at all, though I really do like this yarn. Oops, there you go. I really do like that yarn. So yeah, I was of two minds, but now thinking about it, this would probably be
That'd be a
pretty
cute top.
It would
especially
be.
if it had little sleeves or 3/4 sleeves or yeah. There's lots of, you never know what you're going to find in these balls as far as colour goes until you dig right in. There's even like a purpley, I don't know what's in here. Okay, so I'm not sure yet. So I haven't started it because I really wasn't sure if I wanted
ranunculus will go fast too.
colour.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've got a few whips happening. I still want to do the other two Walkig cows, two more. Like the one I started in the Fibre Lily and the Frilla. I haven't done anything on it. I've been really slack. Look, that's all I've done. It hasn't grown very much at all. I haven't worked on it. So I've got that sitting here. I might work on that today while we yak. And so, yeah, so I went stash shopping. Gosh, I wish I didn't because there's so much yarn in there. I'm not complaining, but I am. It becomes overwhelming. I've been watching all these people cleaning out their stash, getting ready for 2024, and I'm like, is that all? Is that all you've got? So it does become overwhelming to have so many tubs, so many choices.
Yeah, because then you start looking at it and you want to start everything with everything.
What else is going on? I got something in the mail yesterday that I haven't opened, if you want to see that.
Sure.
Okay.
Is it
Because
Happy Mail?
Is it what?
Happy Mail?
Yeah, Happy Mail.
Oh, good. I'll live vicariously through you.
Okay, I got Happy Mail yesterday. As you can see, I've not opened it, so now you have to listen to me crinkle while I rip this open.
Who's it from?
Chicken Lady Fibre Arts.
Ooh, that's what I figured.
Now it's got tape all the way across there. I need my pocket knife, actually. Oh, I've got scissors. Hang on. little scissors just to get past the tape. Okay. Yeah, son handed this to me this afternoon. I threw it in the back of the car and haven't had a look yet. Ooh. Oh, wow. Wowza. Okay, this is my Northern Cardinal.
Ooh, pretty.
Look, Amy. Look, Anne. Oh, that red is red.
That's pretty.
That is pretty.
So that is pretty. I got BFL sock. 75% superwash blue-faced Leicester, 25% nylon, 435 yards, 115 grams. Okay. Very, very nice. I have not knit with this before, the BFL sock. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. It feels nice. It's okay. It's not super soft because that is a really hardy fibre. Nice twist in the fibre too. That would make excellent socks. That's a really nice twist. Well, let's open it and have a look. Come on, shall we?
Yes.
Because now I really want to have a good look at it.
You know, we love a good unboxing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Nice colours. There we go. So, actually, it's got some interesting, it's going to be interesting how this knits up because we've got a shorter piece of colour there and then a bit of black and then another bit of colour and then a whole lot of red, more than half red. So I do wonder how that's going to knit up. I hope it does some pooling. I mean, probably not. Knowing these dyers, they know how to make the yarn so it doesn't. But I guess it depends on what my stitch count's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to make?
Oh, I don't know. Something fantastic.
Murder knit shawl.
Not in fingering. Are you trying to kill me? I'm not knitting murder.
Fingering?
They go so fast, regardless.
done 3 of them in fingering, I think, or 4.
Only
Yeah.
I think I've
3.
done 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
You two. are
It
killing
goes
me.
it goes faster than a Stephen West fingering shawl.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
And it
No, I
has
haven't got any plans in mind, but I do like this a lot. Okay, so let me just sort of half-ass twist it back because I ain't no, oh gosh, okay, I've really made a mess of it. I will be caking that up so it looks pretty again. Okay, and what else did I get? Ooh, this is what I've been waiting for. I got some DK sock, 75% superwash
Blackety
merino.
black.
Blackety black. You got it. Look at that. Look, Amy, look at that black. She's probably got a stash of this as well. Because I want to make a garment with the Advent minis. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, the colour is so good. 5. And they are perfect. Thank you, Miss Lynn. They are perfect. My lighting is terrible, but they are perfect.
What kind of sweater are you going to make?
Just a freestyle sweater, maybe something else, maybe not a sweater. Anyway, maybe not a sweater. I've been thinking other things. I've got too many things, too many choices. And she sent me a little card. Oh, because she loves me, handmade with love and a little bit of sweat. It's hot in the dye studio. I bet it is. Blessings. Thank you, Miss Lynn. Thank you very much. Chicken Lady Fibre Arts is thebomb.com. So I did not realize I was getting that so soon. I know she's just moved into her dye studio and I said, whenever, take your time. But no, this woman is a machine.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for supporting our small business. Oh, she's just so thoughtful. And I've got a little gift here. She's just so thoughtful. Thank you, Lynn. So I'm very excited about this. Ooh. Oh, a little sample of her other colorways. What a great idea. Just to enable me.
Of course.
Oh, what a great idea.
Mhm.
Okay, okay. Well, I don't know how this gets through customs, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Completely
Yeah,
legal,
she has
you
her
rebel.
free ship code.
Elderberry and echinacea organic. A rich embrace. That's what I always feel from Lynn. Tingling with fruity warmth. Yes, thank you. So naturally caffeine free and ethically sourced. Thank you very much. Excellent. Okay, so I've got my little tea bag and a sample of some other yarn. But guess what? I won't be tempted because I don't do yellow. Actually, I shouldn't say that because I've got highlighter yellow, haven't
You
I?
made that beautiful shawl. You were making that beautiful shawl with yellow. Did you ever finish it?
Yeah, these colours actually. No, I'm going to. That was the mosaic shawl that
Yeah.
one of our friends here recommended to me, and I have to put an edging on it. I just want to finish it off with an edging, so I'm just going to do some sort of lace edging on it and give it some weight, or not lace, you know what I mean, some sort of edging to give it some weight, and then I will wash it and block it, and it'll be ready for me for this coming winter. Thank you very much, Miss Lynn. That was super speedy fast to come halfway around the world to me. Oh, and I'm really excited about Blackety Black. Yes, I don't know exactly what I want to do, but I do want to put this with the Advent minis, the DK
What's those
minis.
slants?
Is that her
I
DK
mean,
sock or is that the regular DK? That
no,
with
this
the
is
nylon?
DK sock. This is
Yeah,
DK sock.
I like her DK with the nylon because
Yeah.
I feel like it holds up really well for sweaters.
Well, that's what yeah. So that's what I am thinking, a sweater, yes, but it might be a tunic. I'm not sure. That's what I'm thinking. So black for winter with heaps of colours. It'll be bright and beautiful, and I haven't just finished dreaming about it yet, so I haven't quite got it together in my brain. But cardinal is gorgeous. Thank you. I do like cardinals. Cute little birds. Okay, so that's my happy mail. I'm
Nice.
super happy about that. I'm really quite like, I'm thinking for a hat. I think this would be a great hat for me.
Oh, it would, for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking something. I just wonder if I can get some pooling happening. I would really like that if I can. Okay, so yes, so thank you. I'm overwhelmed with all that gorgeousness, and I'm really not sure what I'm knitting. Isn't that terrible? I've made a purchase and I don't even know what I'm making yet.
Yeah, but sometimes you just have to wait for the yarn to tell you what it wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, talking about that, hey, a few years ago, hubby bought me that spinning wheel of mine, secondhand off a friend, and she had left bobbins with yarn on it. So I thought I better cake them up. It's only been like 3 years. So I caked up her yarn, just single ply that she spun.
Nice.
She actually, that's hers. This is a thicker one. It's just merino, white merino. That's pretty even in a Aran weight. So I actually caked that up, and I caked up a couple of other ones of very, very fine single ply. I was going to ply them, and then I thought, no, there was a chocolate sheep, a brown sheep, and a cream one, and then she had done a mix in the roving. So I've got one that's brown and cream. So I've got 4 balls from her cones, her bobbins that she left on the bobbins for me, and they have been sat there for years and years. And then I brought the spinning wheel up to the house and I sat there with some more merino, different colour. This one's cream.
Sorry.
This one's white. So I sat there and I'm just mucking around and I could not get the tension right on my bloody bobbin. I like to go fast, but of course going fast means all sorts of crazy shit happens with twist. And now I'm the proud owner of a ball of art yarn because I could not. It's over twisted. It's. Oh, you want to see it?
Oh,
my
yes.
I'll show you.
Yes.
No, it's really okay. Put it this way, it's so bad. My son started talking to me because I was just ignoring the world, and he's like, "You having fun there?" And I turned around. I didn't realize he was filming me. No bra on, t-shirt on, sweating. I had a hair clip and the top of my head because it was so hot. So here I am bent over, drafting. And he goes, "You having fun there?" And I said, "Yeah, but I'm shit at it." And he was filming me. The toad. So I've done some
Spinner's
art
gone
yarns.
wild.
Spinner's gone wild, all right. I just put some silk into some merino, and it's really horrible. It's all different thicknesses, just single, because I was going to throw it in the bin, and then I thought, don't be silly. Look how thin. Look how
So people-
fine.
Okay.
People do that
I
on
do
purpose.
fine, and then I do thick again.
That's
Okay.
You
okay.
pay a lot for that, Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, no, how funny. Look, and then I put some silk in it, Therese. Look, there was a silk hanky that I just ripped up
Ooh.
and put. Look at it. It's disgusting. So
Stop.
yeah, I had fun, but look at the twist, twisting on itself. I had fun, but I'm shit at it. God, I had fun.
That's all that matters.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Look at the big blob of
Exactly.
silk.
What is that?
It's a big.
It looks
big
like
blob
a
of
gum
snot.
wrapper.
It was a big blob of
Gum in
silk.
her yarn.
And I'll just
But-
twist it round. There you go. Fixed it.
The art
There you go.
yarn. People, you know.
Look. Yeah, look at it. Oh, the twist on it. Look at the twist on it, Therese. Look, it's just twisting on itself.
You need to
My
pay a fortune
twist.
for that.
You wash
Hi,
and wax
Paul,
that.
here's
That'll
another-
come out.
Here's another blob. Blob of silk.
That'll come
And
out.
I just, oh, look at this bit. This bit's just hanging off there. It didn't even spin into it. It's just a really tacky, it was just a thin bit of silk sort of roving that was just called a silk hanky, I believe. But what a mess I made of it. I made a dog's dinner of it. Look at it. Oh, God. I made a dog's dinner of it. And the twist is hilarious. The twist, yeah, but then I get really thin again. Look, hang on. Look.
Okay.
It's a mess. And
That's
I am
called
going to,
custom, one of a kind art yarn.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
God,
Hand spun.
if
from
you
the
think you're shit at
countryside.
spinning, I win the trophy. I'm going to accept the trophy for shittest spinner in the world.
No.
So I twist so much it could only just be a single ply. I mean, it's shocking. Look at the twist.
So Joe murdered that yarn. Is that what you're saying?
I killed it. I
It's not
completely
that
murdered
bad.
it. It's
Sorry,
shocking. It's rubbish. Look
I
at the
don't think you
twist.
can
Are
make a
ready?
murder-
Look at the twist. Look at the twist.
I don't think it would work for a murder knit shawl, Joe. Sorry.
No, it won't.
If you wash and whack that, a lot of that twist will come out.
Oh, do I have to wash it before I make my beanie?
Yeah. Wash it and
Oh,
whack it.
no. Okay.
And then-
Do I have to?
Yeah, because it'll
I
take
thought
some of that energy out.
Oh, okay.
I know
So I'll
nothing about
put on my
spinning, so I have
knitting
no
knot in.
idea if that works or not.
I'll put on my nitty notty and do some skeins of art yarn. I just wrapped it into a ball because it's just so hideous. Okay, well, it's thin and it's thick and it's thin and it's got bits of silk and bits of just fluff. It's pretty ordinary merino. I mean, it's just been sat in a plastic bag for ages and ages. So yeah, my penguano is going to take a few years of spinning lessons, please. And how the heck, that spring for the bobbin, you tighten it, you loosen it, you sneeze on it. I just don't know how to get it right.
What kind of wheel is it?
It's a little Ashford, an old Ashford single treadle. It's just a little, like a little traveller, little thing. It's not a fold up one or anything. It's just a little old one. It's quite old. You know, just a little wooden Ashford is all it says on it.
Mhm.
It's got a cute little flyer. On one side of the flyer, it's got like 6 hooks. On the other side, it's got one missing, so it's only got 5 hooks. So I didn't use the 5 hook section. And
That's okay.
it goes well. Like, it goes really fast, obviously. Otherwise, I wouldn't get all this twist. The wheel itself is lovely. It moves really super fast. It's a bobbin I can't get right with the tension.
Yeah.
With that little knob that you turn, bit of fishing wire on it over the bobbin.
Yes.
I cannot get that tension right. Look at the twist. I'm very impressed. Maybe I should call my spinning Twisty Yarns.
Twisty
Oh,
yarn.
gosh,
There you go.
It's fine.
Joe Bob's Twisty Art Yard. Look at the twist in that, Amy. It's embarrassing.
That looks like a
That's
noose.
embarrassing. Look.
No,
That's embarrassing.
It's your submission for who done it. That's your noose you were making.
Right.
Oh, yeah, right. So I thought I was having fun, and I didn't, it's like when you dance when you think no one's watching. I thought no one was watching. And now I'm probably a Snapchat sensation going, yeah, I love it, but I'm shit at it. I had fun for a few hours. I've got another roving there. Millie was supposed to drop spindle, and she gave up. So I've got another like quite substantial bag of roving, and it's all dyed, hand dyed. So I might play with it and do some more art yarn. Feet too fast for bobbin uptake. Use kitchen cotton instead of nylon. Kitchen cotton? I don't understand.
Like what you make dishcloths out of.
For more uptake. Okay, I know my feet are too fast because I love it when that wheel just spins and spins.
Your hands have to move faster than your feet.
Yeah, my drafting is slow, and then it just
It's
gets
got to be
all
faster.
But I want to go slow-mo then. How do I go into slow-mo? Oh, look at this, Coggy. You laugh your head off. Look at this. Look at it. Look at it. I was like, oh, this is nice size. Yeah, it's a nice size. That's a nice little lace. But anyway, I'm just keep wrapping it and unwrapping it. I thought it was fun to put this silk in to make it
on the actual wheel. Okay.
Try pencil graphite. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that too. I wondered because I give it a good clean. It always sort of sits down in my wool room.
I thought you meant on the actual wheel because I have one of my wheels has dishcloth instead of.
Oh, for the wheel, for the pulley.
Yeah, but she's talking about where your tension is.
Unwind it with reverse spin to undo twist. Coggy, it's my art yarn, sweetheart, and I'm sticking to that story. I'm an art yarn textile artist. I'm sticking to that story because, it's just enough to bump out maybe just a ribbed hat, a chunky ribbed hat for myself. And I'll say I made it like that on purpose. I didn't, I didn't. I was just practicing. And I did try to not spin so fast, and then I got big bits where it did nothing, where it had no twist, just bits of roving. I was trying to spin slowly. So I wonder, I need lessons.
You're just out of practice, that's all. You know how to spin. You're just out of practice.
She said you can do a visual class, Joe.
Okay. Oh, I can't from home. Oh, you mean I got to bring my spinning wheel to the park? Oh, how embarrassing. We can do that.
I think you need to bring it to an arts market, and then you just need to market it correctly.
Yeah,
that's right.
My art yarn, if I get ribbon, and that's why I threw the silk in there, a bit of silk hanky. It was just a plastic bag with flat silk roving, and I just ripped it to pieces and threw it in. I was kind of trying to be inspired by Carista's art yarn because she does art yarn and she's very clever and weaves it all. And I thought, well, it's so uneven and so badly spun that it's got to be art yarn.
You're just out of practice.
Well, here's the thing. You don't have to knit with it. You could weave wall hangings with it like Krista does, and then it won't matter about the twist.
Yeah, it does come out cool.
Listen, nerds, I'm going to wear it. I don't care. I'm going to wear it. It's going to be a hat. I'm going to wear it. See you in it this winter. My art yarn hat. Joe Bob's messed up spinning experience. It's I don't know, that fishing wire on the bobbin on the spring and the little hole that the knob sits in. I turned that knob just like 2 seconds.
Yep.
2 millimeters, not even, and it's just all wrong. It was just not moving. So I think the bobbin was just not moving freely enough to keep up with me. I need to set free my bobbin so it spins while my wheel is spinning, because I think my bobbin, I think Cog's right. I think Coggy's right. I need graphite in the little holder, because I did clean that out and I didn't put any oil in it. I thought of doing some oil in it to make it slick, but graphite's probably a better option. I was going to get sewing machine oil, like food grade grease. Anyway,
She wants to
keep
know,
going.
she wants to know if you oiled it. She asked if you
want
oiled it.
Yeah, I did. That's why I think my wheel spun so fast and my bobbin got a bit. I think it's just how it sits, because to get the bobbin in and out, it's a real pain in the ass to twist it and chunk it, clunk it, and put it back in. Maybe I had it too tight. I think you're right. I think I need something to set my bobbin free, because this is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That is nuts. Look at that twist.
That is kind of twisted.
Well, I
Kinda.
always knew you were a little twisty.
I am a lot twisty. Twisted sister yarns. Yeah, that's a mess. I mean, you wouldn't buy it. That's just a shit mess. Anyway, I had fun. Had fun for an hour, just sitting there sweating my ass off, braless, shoeless, treadling along, watching people's podcast. I should have watched a spinning podcast. Would have been smarter. Would have been a smarter thing to do. All right, Therese, you're right. I need to give it a wet and whack. I'll wet it and whack it. On the old nitty noddy.
You're fine.
It was fun. It was just something fun to do for a couple of hours. And
Well,
then
then
I
you can
pulled
take
out
out
the
your
other roving.
frustrations.
Yeah, I pulled out the other roving with all good intentions, and I went, "No, you're crap at this," and left it on the chair.
It
I
just
might go
takes
back to it
practice.
this
That's all.
afternoon. Oh, I'm so impressed with my twist. And I'm not ashamed, I'm not ashamed. I had fun.
Yeah.
Why would you be ashamed? You did a great job.
Did better
Yeah,
than I could do.
textile art yarnist.
I don't even know what words you're saying. So
Exactly.
I need a new topic. Well,
You're
know
like,
what,
yeah, you're doing good, Jane.
Amy, what my
Sounds
problem
good.
is what my problem is I love that spinning wheel going round and round and round, right? The wheel itself.
that'd be me.
And I'm good with that. I get that rhythm. I don't even go backwards when I stop now. I just stop and then give it a little flick and off I go again. It's the bobbin that's sitting at the top. It's not moving fast enough and it's stuck. And so my yarn's getting drawn in quick enough and it twists on the outside. And then I got to yeah.
Yep.
One part of me's going, like a NASCAR racer, and the other part of me's going like an old jalopy. Put it that way.
Yeah.
To get the two to go at the same, at a complementary speed. That's my problem. I take my hat off to people who do, 3-ply yarns and end up with this beautiful fingering in 3-ply or DK in 3-ply. It's amazing. I can't do it. Not yet. I keep plugging away. I kept thinking I just want an e-spinner. An e-spinner surely will solve my problems.
It does solve it with the tension a lot.
Yeah.
It's not as fiddly. That's why I haven't spun on any of my regular wheels forever, because the e-spinner is just so easy.
So easy to get your tension right.
You don't have to. Well, first of all, once you set it to spin, it's just your hands moving. It's not your feet. So you don't have to, the coordination thing. And then once you get the tension, you can do quick.
And my drafting is really weird too. I know that I need to practice more on my drafting because I don't like a big chunk of hunk and tease it out little pieces. I like to split my roving into long, skinny strips and go from there.
Yeah.
I have 3 still the same hand.
Chunk of
Coggy! Coggy's not letting me off the hook with an e-spinner.
What's a chunk of hunk? Is that like a man with ice cream or candy or something? What's a chunk of hunk?
A chunk of hunk of yarn. Yeah, like chunky, thick and chunky.
I could get down with that. I'm thinking chunky.
Chunky chocolate chip.
That could be a colorway.
Yeah, Lynn. Is it a colorway?
Chunk of hunk. Has to be yeah. Oh my goodness. So that was fun. I had fun. And
That's
yeah,
what's
you're right.
matter.
You're right.
Look how
It'll
fun.
make
Miss-
it nice
Miss-
to have if I don't
Mr.
have twisty.
James wants to know
Yeah.
if anyone called his name.
No.
Chunk of hunk.
I don't know, but I will tell you what. I have had some fun making some Funko characters, and all of y'all are on my list. So
That has been a treat doing those.
that has been
Was
fun.
fun.
So
I do like the one you made for your husband with the
Oh yeah.
he didn't think it was this funny.
No.
You didn't?
Not the last one with the donuts. Did you see that one, Joe?
Yeah, I did.
he didn't appreciate your anti-cowboys.
No, he
Yeah, I
definitely
was gonna
didn't appreciate
say.
that. But it went like the robot like stopped listening, and it was like it went from making the Funko heads to now they were like Barbies. I don't know
Oh,
what
wow.
happened. Like all of a sudden Anne was like this sexy Barbie. I'm like, what is going on here?
Well, clearly
Wow.
Anne is a sexy Barbie.
She
Come
is
on.
clearly a sexy Barbie, but
She's so tall she wouldn't fit in the box.
Someone in the chats wanted to know if we saw that more people are offering their advents already for Christmas 2024.
already?
Yeah, I saw another one this
When
week.
is the normal time? Because y'all know me, not Christmas chick doesn't know. When
Used
is
to be like
normal?
summer, wasn't it? Like
Listen,
summer
Linda.
is when they would start them.
Listen, Linda. I went to the supermarket the first week of January and they already had the Easter buns for sale, the hot cross buns for sale. First week of January.
That's ridiculous.
They're going to be stale by then.
Yeah. I mean, the only
It's
thing.
never too early.
See, we
Yeah,
have
May or
Capitalism.
June usually.
Mardi Gras stuff comes out obviously first, but that's okay. It comes out January 6th.
Right.
And then so Valentine's kind of gets skipped. So this year it's like Mardi Gras and Valentine's are back to back. So I'm like, man, ain't nobody's New Year's resolutions happening around here.
Nobody's. Isn't that funny?
When does Mardi Gras start?
It starts King's Day,
Which is
January
what date
6th.
this year?
6.
Yeah, okay. But when is the big parade? Like when is
Well,
your
they've
big
already
celebration?
started.
Oh,
They've
they
already started.
okay.
It just depends on where you live, but you're not supposed to eat King's cake until King's Day. And then it depends on when Easter is. So like this year Easter's earlier, so Mardi Gras is earlier. So it's a shorter season. So they're cramming all the parades into shorter time. So it's like Super Bowl weekend, Mardi Gras, and Valentine's Day are all within a few days of each other.
Wow. Well, Super Bowl weekend, my
Yeah.
anniversary, my sister-in-law's birthday, and Valentine's Day are all the same weekend then.
Yeah. So
Or just about, because my anniversary is the 12th, and my sister-in-law's birthday is the 12th. And my other sister-in-law's anniversary is the 13th.
but I did see mini eggs at Sam's Club, so they are putting Easter stuff out.
Oh, yeah. I got to find those creme brulee bars, Amy. The
I
ones that
never
we like.
found them.
See if they have them, the creme brulee hearts, the
Okay.
Ghirardelli ones.
Yeah.
Because they had them last year
I
as
never
Easter
found
eggs.
them.
But they were really good.
I believe you. And if I find them, I will eat them.
Yeah, I have not gone down the candy aisles since the new year, but that might have to change.
I did buy mini eggs at Sam's, and I'm pretty sure the bag I bought it's like the big bag at Sam's, and they were just eating them by the handfuls yesterday. So I don't even know how many's left.
Sometimes you just need chocolate.
Yep.
It, provides the good
Yep.
serotonin stuff, makes you happy.
Yep.
So,
Well, I'm gonna have to go soon because my dinner is ready. It's in the oven.
What's for dinner tonight, miss?
I'm being fancy pants, and I made the men beef meatballs just to like throw on a sandwich. So I did a spaghetti squash, and then I put spaghetti squash, onions, mushrooms, and spinach and Alfredo sauce, and these chicken meatballs and some cheese. So I made my own little sort of casserole.
Nice.
Yum. Sounds good.
And
We're having
hopefully it's
Pizza
good
Hut.
enough for lunch the rest of the week. So
because I had a coupon, so we're
Wait,
having
what?
pizza.
oh,
We're having
pizza.
Pizza Hut. I had a coupon, so.
Well, make sure you get pizza because apparently people are boycotting Pizza Hut because they gave quick pizzas to the Israeli soldiers. I'm like, seriously? Shut up.
What's
No.
more popular there? Pizza Hut pizza or Domino's?
Papa John's.
Papa
For
John's.
us, we
Little
very
Caesars.
rarely little.
Mm,
Yeah, we normally go to a smaller place.
It's
near
not
us,
my
but they're
favorite, but
they're
that's
expensive.
very popular here.
That did not answer
We-
my question.
pizza.
That
Well,
did not
Domino's.
answer my question.
I mean, we have them all equally, like around. We have
Yeah.
an equal number of stores, but Papa John's is generally speaking more popular around where I live.
I would say probably Domino's where I live because there's more of them. So that probably means that
Yeah.
but
Pizza Hut used to be huge here in the 80s, and then a lot of them went bust and the franchises closed. So it's very rare to come across a Pizza Hut.
Well, they
Which
were
is
the
great.
best in the
They do.
80s because that's when
Yeah.
you could sit down and
have salad bar.
Oh, it was the best.
Jukebox. That was the best.
Drink
Now
out of
they've-
that red
they've-
plastic
they've-
cup.
They've opened a lot more here with Wingstop.
Yeah.
Wingstop
Yes.
is their
I think they
wing
bought
thing. So
Wingstop, yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
There's supposedly
Okay.
still some Pizza Hut somewhere that exists like the old time, and you can walk in and order and sit down and everything. Remember the
Wow.
red cups and the pitcher?
There used to be one here, but it closed.
That was good
Okay.
stuff.
I thought of you, Amy, because your little library, your little free library you did. I
Uh-huh.
saw someone who did one, but instead of for books, it was for DVDs, and they made it look like a Blockbuster, and they called it Blockbuster.
Ooh, that is a great idea.
But it was all painted with the logo and everything like
That's
a Blockbuster
funny.
thing.
We have food ones too. Do y'all have the food pantries?
Mhm.
We have little food pantries.
We do. And we have
Wow.
one. We have one. It's not only food, but it's also pet food.
Yeah, we have one of those. By my TARDIS, my friend that owns the shop next door, she put a food one and she put a dog one, and she
Mhm.
put a little thing with sticks, and for them to take a stick.
Aw.
That's cool. Very cool.
All right, I'm gonna go eat my grub though.
Yeah,
Enjoy
go
it.
enjoy your dinner.
Thanks for
Enjoy
having
it.
me
Thanks.
on.
Thanks for coming and thanks for making us part of your murder extravaganza. We appreciated
Yes.
being part of it.
Y'all
It
were
was
all
fun.
in there, whether you know it or not. I really should have had
Aw.
an evil
Look, she's
Santa.
Travis Kelsey now.
I really should have had an evil Santa in it. I definitely maybe part 2 takes place at Christmas. We'll just see.
Yeah, it could be,
Ooh,
some
around the
place where
Christmas
where it
tree.
gets cold even.
Because I could take out Neil a little easier than Joe. So no offense. Neil.
Gosh, imagine how many knitters would be. How many knitters would be standing behind you waiting for their chance, Amy?
All the ones on Reddit.
I know that's what I'm thinking. They'd be like, I volunteer as tribute.
You're doing
I
a
can see
service
the
to knitting. It's
cartoon.
okay.
I can see Neil doing the cartoon of Santa standing by the tree and a lineup behind him, Miss Peacock with the candlestick holder. Miss
And they each one have
Scarlet.
Yeah, with the tool, with the
Each one
the
in a
weapon.
different color with a different weapon standing behind Santa.
That
I
would
can
be
see the
funny.
cartoon.
Oh, that cow he designed that's coming out in the next block is gorgeous.
Yes. That
Oh,
is.
yeah.
With the Clue, not Cluedo. Because
Yeah.
we're
Cluedo.
American.
I won't take you out, Neil. I promise. Well, I might take you out if you ever come here because you might die from the seasonings, but I'm not responsible for that. So
Yeah.
we have seasonings other than salt. So
Mhm.
Yeah, and we didn't traverse the world colonizing for the spice trade, just not to use the spices.
We just go down to the Kroger and get it.
That's right. And our tea too.
I
We
know,
get our tea there too.
which is sweet and iced, not hot. So
Well, I drink hot tea too, but I grew up on sweet tea. That was just
Yeah.
what you drank. I mean,
right.
if someone suggested something like my husband's family, they always drank milk at meals. And when I first met him and his family, I'm like, oh, really? Because you're supposed to drink sweet tea. 'Cause that's what you're supposed to drink.
My friend's mom, I grew up with her because that was a way to fill them up without using as much food. They had 6 kids, so
Yeah.
the heat and the hot sauce will kill you. Yes, but it'll be a
my
great death. It'll be awesome.
It would. You just need to build up your tolerance, Neil, before you get there. And that way you
Yes.
can eat the spicier food
There's
and
a
not
thing
die.
called pepper. We'll start with that. Black
Yes,
pepper.
black pepper. Yeah.
You know,
And then get onto the green peppers and the red peppers.
maybe some paprika. We'll just segue into there. You know.
Oh gosh.
Smoked if you
I
got
think
it.
Yeah,
I'm
smoked is the best.
considering now going to Morgan's house first because I'm going to die
Really?
at Amy's.
Gonna eat
Yeah,
all
I'm
the
considering stopping at
Excuse me.
Morgan's first.
You're willingly going to go to Morgan's with the spider, Joe?
Yeah, with the whole beekeeper's suit, the whole flame-proof armor, everything. And then I go to Amy's to die of bowel explosion.
Or carjacking or a gunshot. I mean, it could get anywhere
Yeah.
to get you. You know. So sorry.
Or being killed by your grandmother's friend's
Right.
granddaughter.
All right, y'all. I gotta go eat.
All right.
All
Enjoy.
right.
your
Bye,
food.
Amy. Thanks for being
Bye.
on.
Love y'all.
Oh,
Love
wow. It's
you.
already 5:30. Ugh. Sometimes I just hate Monday.
Oh, she's heating up today. It's very sweaty here today. It's beautiful. I love summer. I hate winter.
Me too.
Morgan has fried cheese. Yes, she does. And I don't see the problem with that, Neil.
There's nothing wrong with fried cheese.
Especially cheese curds. Yum.
Mhm.
Mozzarella sticks or
Mhm.
Mozzarella.
saganaki.
Yep.
Mm.
Or,
Yeah, we finally found a Greek place by us that's actually really good. I'm very
Opa.
excited because there haven't been many that lasted that were good. So
There's a lot here.
Mhm.
yeah, we used to have a lot of Greek place when I lived in New Jersey. The diner by us was a Greek
Oh,
owned
every
diner,
diner. Yeah, they're all owned by Greeks. Yeah.
at least on the East Coast anyway.
All the way up 95,
Mm-hmm.
Garden State Parkway, every single
Yep.
exit, there's at least 4 of them.
Mm-hmm. And they all look the
menu
same
that
inside.
takes you a week to read.
Yep, with the shine. But you order the same thing every time you
Same
go
thing
anyway.
every
So. We had one a couple blocks down from work that we go for lunch, and it got to the point where the owner would just see us coming and just put orders in. He'd be like, "I know what you're eating."
Never change your
gross.
order.
Well, occasionally, like if they did the soup of the day and you wanted to add soup or something to it, but usually we got the same thing every time because we didn't have a long lunch break, so it was
Mhm.
easier just to. So Joe's got all her new blackety black to plan with.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep. I was contemplating a murder knits shawl, but now the blackety black turned up to save me, so
Oh,
Did you hear that, Tabitha? When you watch this later, some of those fighting words.
Murder knits shawl. Yeah, I might get one of those done one day.
I don't know why it's such a thing for you.
Oh, it's not. I can pump one out in my sleep.
You can watch weird Neil recommended Netflix shows while you watch it and not have to worry about your knitting and just pay attention to the show.
Imagine if I did one in my art yarn. It would be totally unrecognizable. That would be hilarious. I could just hold anything up and say, "This is my murder knits shawl." Anything. That would be too funny.
You could go to
We're at a
the
mystery shop.
you could go to the street fair and tell people to bring in wool pieces from their sheep, and you'll just add it into your yarn while you spin it and make it personal for them. Buy my yarn because it's got your wool in it.
And my hair. Don't you hate that?
Yeah,
I hate that. I see a little silvery white piece and I think, oh, a bit of hair, and you're yanking on it and it's well knit in for a couple of rows.
you're like, nope, nope, it's staying.
It's staying there. Little silver sparkle highlights. That's my
That's
sparkle
right.
yarn special.
That's right. I do like your warm, cozy socks, though.
You do like the socks?
I do. I think you're going to be all set for winter, keeping yourself warm with all these sweaters and socks
Oh, yeah, I need
that you're
to.
doing ahead of time.
I
So-
need to. Yeah, for sure. But it was funny because I'm doing these cows. So like this is the second one, and then I do have a third one I've cast on in blues, blue and green. And I'm thinking, how many days are there in a week? I've got so many cows, but some of them, like the chunky baby alpaca one, I wear to bed, and that's got art yarn that I paid $50 a ball for.
See?
I wear that to bed because it is super, super warm with the baby alpaca lining on the inside and the art yarns on the outside. So that's really super chunky in parts. So I wear that to bed with a hat in winter. Oh, I can't wait to wear long bed socks. Neil James, my next movie recommendation, Infinity Pool. Oh,
I'd look it up before you watch because you never know what he's recommending you.
I'm wondering where I might find that. I have actually bit the bullet and cancelled my Netflix, so that will go off in a couple of weeks. So Infinity Pool, okay. But watch the Marilyn Monroe. What was it? Blonde? Blondie? Blonde?
Blonde, yeah.
Blonde. Watch that one, Neil James. And Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. That's one you can watch with your mum. That's one you can watch with your mum. Not Blonde, but the other one. Gosh, what else did I watch last night? I just couldn't stop.
Somebody's got a question for you, Joe.
Thank you. Question for Miss Jo. How cold does it get down under in the winter months for you? Pinecone knits. Hello, my darling. Where I live, it doesn't even snow. Where I live, it doesn't snow. 40 minutes down the road, up the hill, it snows. So we get the very cold, bitter breezes, yes. And we have the days where I go, oh, it's snowing somewhere close by. We get frost. We get heavy frost, warm days, heavy frost, mild days, heavy frost, heavy frost. And our pipes have been burst numerous times, and our hot water system has had the pipes crack on it and break open numerous times. How cold? Okay, I would think the coldest we've ever had is -7 degrees Celsius here. And we might get that for 2 days in a row, and -6, -5, -4. I don't know what -7 is in Fahrenheit. Probably, you know, something very mild and very comforting for you lot. I have been in the snow, and I have lived in Tasmania, in Hobart, when it snows there up on the hill. And I have been in Philly in the snow, St. Louis in the snow, New York City, Rockefeller Plaza, New Year's Eve in the snow. I hate your snow. It's cold, it's slushy, it's disgusting, it's horrible. So as soon as it heads down to, like, I don't know, single digits for me, 7 degrees, 6 degrees, I'm frozen. When it's -degrees, I'm a whiny bitch and I'm all covered up, layers upon layers upon layers. So I don't like the minus stuff, the below freezing stuff. I don't like the it's getting cold and you need to wear 2-3 layers stuff. I don't like it. I just don't
Me neither.
like it.
Me neither.
So I love summer. I mean, I'm sitting here in my mobile office with the window down, and it got very, very humid and warm a little while back, and I was sweating. balls. But right now, there's a bit of a breeze in the trees. The sun is out. The sky is blue. There's plenty of white, fluffy clouds. The grass is green, green, green. So we've had a little bit of rain, not much. It's beautiful. It's a perfect summer's day. Yesterday was sweaty and disgusting, but today it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. So it's probably in the high 20s, not quite 30 degrees yet. It's very, very nice. Yeah, so no, I don't live where it snows. I will never live where it snows unless I move back to the US. Never, ever, ever. I hate the snow. Hate it. Hate the cold. I hate that cold that's in your bones and you can't get it out, and that wind chill factor that you got to wear 2 pairs of gloves and you still feel like you're going to die of hypothermia. I hate that. Oh, which reminds me, I watched that Snow Society movie. Thanks, Liz, for that recommendation. I tried to talk the kids into watching it, but they didn't want to when I told them what they did. So they haven't watched it.
What'd you think?
Yeah, I thought it was a good movie. And I didn't know the full extent of how long they had spent out there. So that was really an eye-opener for me. So I didn't know the full story. I mean, that was a long time ago, and I had heard the story, but I didn't know the full extent of it. So I thought it was really well made.
So, Joe, somebody wants to know if you're in Victoria.
No, I will never live in Victoria. I did once. I went to school for 3 years in Victoria. I live right on the border, Albury-Wodonga. I went to boarding school at Scots College in Albury, where my parents first moved up to Papua New Guinea. So I don't like Victoria. I have been down to Melbourne for work, and a very pretty little city with its trams and its old sandstone buildings. No, I'm up in New South Wales. I'm out of Sydney. Probably a 3-hour drive northwest of Sydney.
Looks
I'm
like
up
she's
near
in
the
New South Wales too.
Queensland border, so anything under yeah, Christine. So I love that where you are. When Millie and I, you girls, well, these girls know, because Mills and I, as soon as the lockdown started hitting out of Sydney and coming into country New South Wales, Millie and I decided to take off to Queensland. So we went through inland. We went Tamworth, Armidale, up to Toowoomba, over to Noosa, and went to the Australia Zoo for the day, paid our $200 and something for the 2 of us to get in. And within a few minutes, I mean, we didn't even get out of the staging area where you first come through, the general entrance. Within seconds of paying all that money, we found out that you guys were locking down and we had 6 hours to get out. So we drove down to Byron, which is my favourite, of course, and stayed a block from the beach. But we spent 6 hours. We got out at midnight. We spent 6 hours in the car, no pit stops, no loose stops, no food breaks, bumper to bumper traffic, sometimes 4 lanes wide on the freeway to get the heck out, because Queensland locked down with no indication of how long they would be locking down for. And Millie was on school holidays, so we only had the 2 weeks. And I said to her, look, kid, if we get stuck here, it could be for 3 weeks or more. So we decided to go and pack up our beautiful, beautiful apartment at Noosa on the beach. Stunning apartment on the beach, and hightail it out of there. So we wasted all that money going up there. That was, our goal was to go up inland and come down the coastline, which we did, but we stopped in Byron for a week, which is always awesome. See, I've lived in Queensland for a very long time, though. I've lived in Townsville for 3 years, Brisbane initially for 2 years, and then I went back for another couple of years later on as an adult. Cairns, spent a long time in Cairns. My son was born up there. Up along the Gulf of Carpentaria over at Normanton, so the other side inland, towards Northern Territory, all the way up the top to Torres Strait Islands, lived in Papua New Guinea. So I spent the majority of my life in Queensland. Absolutely love it. So are you inland or are you on the coast? Let me know. I couldn't live in Victoria. I couldn't. the politics, the people, I couldn't do it. I wouldn't even live in the ACT. I couldn't do it. It would just be such a culture clash for me. I'd lose my mind.
I don't know where most of those places are.
No, but Christine will. On the coast, just down the road from Byron. Yeah. So I love where you live. It's beautiful. You know that. It's gorgeous. And poor Byron, I feel sorry for Byron when all of us tourists turn up. They really are inundated with people from out of town because it's just a most scenic spot to kick back and do nothing except go to the beach and look for Chris Hemsworth.
Did you ever find him?
No, the bastard, he wasn't there. Sitting on the beach going, Chris, where are you? Chris. Yeah, you're in a beautiful part of the world. I don't mind it. And we have been looking at moving up towards your way. Perhaps inland a little bit on some property because we're on 100 acres. So we're in the bush on 100 acres, off the grid, completely off the grid, no town water, no town power. Just sitting in the bush in a tin shack. So I wouldn't mind being a bit inland up your way. So I can go to the beach and hang out and do some shopping, but I like the quieter towns.
Mr. James wants to know about Papua New Guinea. What's it like there? Because he only knows about the cannibals.
Yes, that's true. And so Sir Cecil Abel and Lady Semi Abel, Abel, look them up. Sir Cecil's father was Sir Charles Abel. He was one of the first missionaries in Milne Bay, little island called Alatau, Milne Bay, Milne. So if you look up Sir Charles Abel, he came over from Neil's Pommy Land, and he was a missionary. And his young son Cecil, who was a very dear friend of mine, he had come from schooling. I don't know if he did Yale or Oxford. I think he did Oxford. He did one of those universities. He came to the missionary and saw this beautiful woman playing soccer, topless, fell in love, but her father was a cannibal. So they had to convert the father's family to Christianity. He went back overseas and then he came for more university or education and jobs, blah, blah, blah. And then they got married, came back and married her. So really, really dear friends to me, very sweet people who've now passed on. They're quite elderly when I knew them. Papua New Guinea is awesome. I mean, no, Neil, you don't want to go there. You get carjacked. And when you get carjacked, that means a knife to your throat. It's not safe for a lot of people. And I was just going to say not safe for white people, but that's a really silly thing to say. I think it's not safe for, non-Indigenous people who don't know, if you don't know the language, if you don't understand the culture, you could get yourself into some really sticky situations. Friends of mine lived in town, and I lived out of town on an army barracks. So we had a boom gate. That was the only security. Anybody could walk in from the fields. But I had friends who lived in town, and they had 11-foot fences with barbed wire. They had the obligatory Rottweiler. You have your houseboy or your house Mary who live inside your property line in their little house or hut or shed or whatever the case may be. You have locks on your toilet door, and that's where you go to lock yourself in if somebody breaks into your house, because, hey, there's nothing to steal in the toilet, and hopefully you save yourself from being severely assaulted or raped, male or female, doesn't matter. I mean, the culture is such that you need to know the culture to live there. Women hold hands together, men hold hands together, men and women in public do not hold hands together. So there's all sorts of things, and it really helps to speak the language, and I'm very lucky that I was a young person living there, a young teenager, and I learned the language and I really enjoyed the culture, and I have a sister who's part Papuan. All sorts of shit went down when I lived in that country, but I also had, a broken bottle held to my throat in a public car park with 200 people arguing, kill her, don't kill her, waiting to be rescued. And the person who rescued me was actually the pastor of the local church, and he was also the basketball coach a lovely man called Bob Brown, who was also a very great comic. Neil, you'd be interested in looking up Grassroots. Grassroots was a comic strip done by Bob Brown in Port Moresby, and I was very lucky to know him and his wife of the time, Eva Uwedo, who's now, I think, in London, happily remarried with a new family. But Neil, look up Bob Brown, Grassroots. He did a great comic strip, and for a white fella, he did a really good job of it. Very famous. Not only was it a comic strip, it was merchandised like crazy. It was your T-shirt, your hat, everything you wore was Grassroots. His sayings, you said them. It was kind of like the Black Charlie Brown, the Papua New Guinea version of Charlie Brown. But I was very lucky because he saved my life. So I'll forever remember him, because this woman was intent on cutting my throat. That's another story for another day. And I speak the language, and I love the language. Yeah, that's for the book one day. But Mipula Savilo talk belong you? No God. Yeah. So I understand the language, and I love the people, and I love the culture, the food, the way of life. So I'm very lucky, and very lucky that I have nieces and my sister who are part Papuan. So it's always forever going to be a part of my life living there and going to school there. I went to school there. One of the girls in my class was the daughter of the Prime Minister at the time. I only wanted to know if it was sunny. Passing must blue. Okay.
Now she's going to start cursing at Neil in Papua New Guinea, and he'll never know what she's saying.
Lapun man penis means silly old man. Okay. It's great. Don't go there for a holiday. It's not a tourism spot. No, for for the unaware, it's not. It'd be like, you and me trying to go for a little hike down through the the Darien Passage jungle. Durian? What is it called, Liz?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, is it the Darien or the Durian? Neil will know. He's been watching the news. To come up through Mexico.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know the name, but okay.
Into Mexico. Yeah, it'd be dangerous for you. So it can be a very dangerous place, but I loved it. It was my home, and I ran wild through the streets of Port Moresby, which is not a safe thing to do, but I did.
Well, we're glad you were okay. Darien Gap.
Darien Gap.
LR in the chat said so.
Thank you. Yeah, the jungle there. It'd be like you and me going for a little waltz through the jungle, you with your backpack on, not knowing what the heck you're running into. It's not a tourist destination. I wouldn't even, like when I went to China, I felt really safe with a guide. I had a private personal guide, and I felt very safe. I wouldn't even hire a guide to take you through New Guinea, because they'd knock off your stuff and leave you there for dead.
Wow.
Oh, did you not see they had riots and they were killing people not long ago because there was a payroll stuff up? Some sort of computer glitch, and 16 people dead 2 days later. There were riots over a payroll glitch.
Wow.
They're fast to take up arms and have bad tempers. Yes.
I won't be going there.
No, I wouldn't. I would be happy to go there alone, but I would be very wary all the time, hyper vigilant, because I know what can happen. I mean, I've had friends who've been raped there. Couple pull into like a little shopping mart where you've got just a little strip of maybe 5 or 6 shops and a car park. Couple pull in there, the husband gets out of the car, the wife starts to get out, and a guy grabs her, lays her down on the seat. They hold the husband while they rape the wife. In 2 o'clock in the afternoon, broad daylight, boom. because the crowd's around, so nothing's going to happen. No one's going to stop them. They're fighting amongst themselves. Do we do this or don't we? That's the kind of mentality you get there. I've had people bashed and raped in their homes because they couldn't lock themselves in a room quick enough. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So
But
it
is
can
it
be a
dark
dangerous
there?
place.
No knitting retreat there.
Is it sunny
No.
there?
It's always sunny there. Unlike Singapore, you know how like Singapore is always, it can be very grey and full of pollution. No, it's always sunny there. And it's beautiful because you would get a 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock afternoon shower, and we don't stop. Like the world doesn't stop for a rainstorm there. You just keep going through it. The sun comes out again and you dry off. So it's always sunny there and very humid, and it's a beautiful country. And there are some beautiful people there, and there's some, not like everywhere, there's some very dangerous parts to it.
Yeah, that's a shame. But thanks for telling us, Joe, because I would never have known any of that.
I wouldn't have known.
You wouldn't be taking a job promotion there lightly.
Definitely not.
You would not want to be living there, no.
So, you ladies have anything exciting happening this week?
Oh, I can't believe it's the end of the month. It's like seriously the end of January this week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Where did that go? I've only done
Fast.
3 sections on my vest. So I'm 1 week behind on my vest already because I was hoping to do a sort of a repeat every week. But that's okay. I don't think Neil started yet, but I believe he's going to. And
I'm
I know
going to. I
Shauna's-
just haven't yet.
Yeah.
I haven't
and
yet.
Shauna's,
I will.
Yeah.
Shauna's looks really pretty. Her colour choice is gorgeous.
Though, of course, you're saying it takes 10 hours to do a row was not really encouraging
That's
the introducer.
yeah. That's
Not a row, a 20 row repeat. I mean, you know, I had lunch. I scratched my butt. I watched podcasts. I wasn't full on. I wasn't power knitting, that's for sure. But I spent a good 10 hours just looking at it and doing knitting.
Happy birthday, Blocked Magazine.
yay.
Wow.
You know, the one that wasn't going to last past one issue.
Yeah.
Oh, those horrible people. Yeah, those awful
2
racist
years already. Wow.
people. Wow, that's amazing.
He said he's casting on as soon as he's done with the cardigan. So,
Oh, yeah.
very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, 2
well,
years.
just
2 years of good articles and fun patterns and
free
chaos.
patterns. Free
Yeah.
patterns and new friendships. How
Mhm.
amazing. Who would have thunk one person standing up to the bullies has made a new fellowship sort of circle of friends?
It's kind of weird too, because it's been
One
2 years
person.
exactly, you know, right after it was 2 years ago, I guess, when they went after Christy Glass the first time. And, you know,
Oh, yeah.
and then
She's-
Block started, and now they're going after her again because she dared show her face at Vogue Knitting Live. Like,
I mean, they allowed her to knit. What more did she want?
I know. How dare they?
I did notice that some of her YouTube videos have been reinstated, have
Yeah.
returned. I
Yeah,
did
she's
notice
done
that.
some
I
new
thought,
ones,
good
too.
for you. Yeah. I haven't seen any new ones, but I did see them slide back in, and I thought, you know what? That's yours. That's your material and your interviews, and you own them, and good luck to you. And then I realised, oh, no, she went to a festival, and they're like, how dare you? What'd she do, go to Vogue Live?
Mhm.
Yep, and took pictures with people. Who?
How
was
dare
funny
she
'cause
crawl out of her hole?
It was funny because some of them were saying, "Oh, those people must not have known who she was." Oh, they knew
Oh,
exactly
come
who she was. They were
Why would
taking pictures with her.
They get her picture made with her then.
Oh,
Yeah, I
all the
mean-
times that she did her yarn crawls on the subway and going into Vogue
Mhm.
and doing the early morning, you know,
Mhm.
she's been a part of it for how many years? Good for her. Good for her.
Yeah,
Ignore them.
the
I
crazy
think she
just blows my
realised she
mind.
had more support than she realised back then. I think it's just taken her some time to work it out. Nobody gives 2 shits what they say.
Well, and I think a
Nobody.
lot of more people are not just going along with the mob anymore.
No.
You know,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are realizing that some of these influencers are grifters and
Oh, that's what I was going to just say. I can't believe the hide of a certain dire mean girl who carried on about Christie's grift for charging people to get promotion and do interviews, and the difference in money for those interviews, depending on your melanin levels. And yet, hello, disturbing the fleece. Hello, Lola. Hello.
yeah.
Fucking hell. Who do you think you are? How
But
soon we have forgotten, and
yeah,
yet
but
you
how do
do
we
the
know it was
super
different? How do we know it's different? We don't know what how she could have dealt with each individual basis based on their popularity, or we
Yeah.
don't know exactly what she was doing. We just know certain people's statements
Well,
about what she was doing. Nobody knows for sure. I think she brought attention to a lot of people that nobody heard of before.
oh yeah, for sure. I
You
learned
know,
about lots of dyers and designers for sure.
yeah, and they were
I
all
just
happy to
think
go on her
how
show
ironic.
for the
How
attention
ironic.
and the advertising. So
How ironic the grift. I'm not going to deal with you unless you pay me to speak to you. I'm not going to deal with you because you don't meet my criteria. And by the way, just can you go fund me a couple of $1,000, hundreds of thousands of dollars, tens of
and you're
thousands of
white, so
dollars?
you should be willing to give me the money because you owe it to me.
Yeah, pay me to speak to me. And don't speak to me because your opinion's worth shit to me right now. And don't comment to me. Don't you dare comment to me because you're a different skin color to me. Therefore, your opinion doesn't warrant any attention whatsoever. So being told, don't bother because you're white. Don't bother because you mean shit and your opinion means shit to me. Don't bother. How disgusting. If my sister did that to me, my little black sister, I'd slap her up sideways. You can believe that. I don't care what you think about that. That's disgusting. I'm just thankful we come from the same mother and have been raised the same. Because if she came up with that kind of chip on her shoulder and that kind of perceived privilege, I'd be slapping her back into yesterday.
Hmm.
It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. It goes against
Well,
everything I have been raised to believe and think and live.
and how to treat people. You
Oh,
treat
it's
people with courtesy. You treat
disgusting.
people,
Oh, makes me
I don't know.
crazy.
Well, you
Makes
know
me
what next
crazy.
month is? It'll be
Oh
all
yeah.
Right?
month long.
Oh, and it's got an extra
Valentine's.
day too.
Valentine's. It's Valentine's next month.
No, it's Black History Month.
It's Lent.
Oh,
Yes, well, that's the important one. But
oh well, I
yeah,
look
so
forward to
we'll be
that.
getting. I'm sure the certain knitters in the
Oh yeah.
knitfluencer will be making their proclamations about how bad white people are. So
I don't
you
think
know.
I follow any of them, so whatever.
I don't, but I just get the people posting
I know. I
about
get. Yeah.
their of what can you believe so and so said this or whatever, and it's just like nope.
You
Yes,
mean
I
like
can
Neil
believe
James?
it, but
Yeah.
Can believe it.
Mr. James, yeah. Hey, he got them to take stuff off of Craftsnark, so
hmm
Just ridiculous.
why
Well,
can't
that
people
whole
just
Anyway,
thing
enjoy
with
their
that's
lives?
fine.
Why can't you
That's
just
fine.
work?
I mean,
Why can't you just work and enjoy your life and support your family and do your hobby and be
yeah.
happy? Why
If you
does
want to
everybody
treat
have
me
to be
with
a victim?
contempt, you want to treat me with contempt, back at you, baby. Like, I don't give a shit. If you think me giving you back your own attitude is racist, go your hardest. It's called respect. And you don't have my respect when you treat complete and utter strangers who reach out to you with love and support like pieces of shit under your feet. When you treat them like that, I have no respect for you. It's just so awful watching people trying to grovel and explain their intention because someone doesn't like their action.
Yeah, and complaining that somebody mentioned her children when all they said was, God bless your children. Why is that,
Go
Oh, because
horror.
that's that
instead
Kenny
being,
Loggins thing. But
yeah,
that white God, white Jesus, whatever. Remember that? Oh, as an atheist, I'm disgusted. Like, really? what are you doing to your child? What are you doing? And even some of the comments that Gigi's daughter has made over the last 12 months. And I'm like, really? What a hateful, spiteful, nasty,
You mean after
disgusting.
all those people gave her money to open up a bookstore that failed?
That was horrible. Those comments that she made that night in bed doing her own little live video. And I said, if you were my daughter, your phone would be gone. You know, really, the most disgusting, hateful. I would be ashamed of you. I am ashamed of what she said. I'm ashamed for her that she thinks that's okay and that's normal. It's disgusting. Anyway, thanks for that. We were having a great day, knitting away.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for coming,
Now, why should-
everybody.
Yeah, freedom of speech, and why shouldn't we say what we're thinking? So Christy
yeah.
Glass has realised she's got support out there from people who are not going to take the knee. They're not going to bend the knee. They're not going to try and be an ally anymore. Give up trying. They've given up. They've tried their best to be friends, and that's not good enough.
You
All I
know,
want
it's
is-
interesting. I think the woolen folk opened a lot of eyes to people too.
Mhm.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
a lot of people who wanted to be part of that in clique, and then they got screwed over, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
they realized that everyone's out for themselves. These big
It's all
influencers,
about the
and
money. It
yeah,
is all about the money. They were upset about the money Christy was making, and that was her, her full-time profession. Now look at what they're doing. They're like, oh, I need that money. I'll take that money. You owe me that money. You give me some money. No, go away.
she worked her butt off. She was putting so much content out,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
doing all the groundwork and traveling to meet people, and
Yeah.
it just
I
do your
agree.
own
Every
thing.
week it was fun to click on and see who was new on her show, on her program.
And see
Always
another
fun.
shade of pink.
Hot pink. Hot pink.
Yeah, I mean, that's
No.
why
I
anyone's
just-
welcome to be on our show, talk to us, message us. We're open. Same with Blocked. For everybody going
Yeah.
after Blocked Magazine, we don't care.
No,
We just
don't
want
care.
you to
Open hearts.
enjoy the content. We don't.
Yeah.
Nobody's excluded, unless you're a hateful person who calls us names, and then we probably
Then
don't really
I'm
want you.
gonna-
But
Yeah, I'm going to give it to you back. Dish it
Right.
out. Take it.
I do think it's
So-
funny. All those other magazines are going out of business, though, and
Oh,
Blocked hasn't.
no. I remember I remember the first episode of the Bodega Broads. I remember watching Gigi, the first episodes when only 12 people watched. And at the most, when she started to get a bit more popular, 25 of us would be watching. I remember when she bought black yarn and dark coloured yarn and never orange yarn. Things have changed a lot when they've jumped on this marketing and influencer payroll.
Mhm.
I haven't forgotten who they started out as. I remember Gigi being single mum, young child, left a job, and I was thinking, gosh, we've got a lot in common, except I've got 3 babies and you've got 1, and I'm a single mum, no job. I remember when she first started podcasting, thinking we've got so much in common, and we love going into the little yarn shop with our kid and looking at the yarn and filming it for a 30-second video.
And
then
race was never an
she
issue.
changed.
It was never brought up.
She
was not a thing.
changed so much. She found a friend and she changed completely and utterly. Changed. Her whole personality changed, and that's fine. Maybe that's the real her. Maybe I got sucked in at the beginning to someone who I thought was just your average ordinary girl. She doesn't want to be that anymore. She wants to be a superstar.
I've noticed
Well, and
that.
I don't mind. I don't mind if you want to be a superstar,
it's
but
fake.
don't be nasty to people who aren't you. And you know what I mean? That's the thing. If you want to go be a success.
Sure.
But don't go after people. Don't attack people. Don't make up things that aren't there.
She knows it's patronizing. She's made posts about videos about it, about don't pretend you're my best friend, because you're not. She knows that this is none of it's real. Whatever close circle of friends she's got, that's great. But none of it's real. It's all just bullshit. All the orange glitter and the royalties and the suck ass. Nah, they'll
Well,
turn
yeah,
on
it's
her
like
fast as
the
they turn
bodega
on everybody
broads.
else.
They'll turn on. They like to cancel people. They like to
I,
be the knitting police and determine who's allowed to do what. You know.
I was shocked to see that Max and Vincent, in opening their new yarn store, are stocking La Bien-Aimée.
Well, no, because
La Bien,
Ami is the one who told people, not to cancel them.
she shat on them. She shat on them, La Bien-Aimée. She shat on them after the supermarket sisters did. She only stuck with Max because he had a design in her book. She shat on
Well,
Vincent, but they're
well,
stocking her stuff.
after the supermarket sisters dumped him, a month later they were staying with him at a festival.
Yeah, I know.
So
At the
much
five.
for
No,
yeah.
no, but then
Neil
he made a big
Neil
deal
says
about they
Vincent
were
did the
staying in a motel, actually. They actually made a big deal about they were staying somewhere else. It's just,
yeah.
oh, how was the petite, Neil,
Yeah.
how was the petite knits thing? Oh my gosh. All the explanations, and then it was, oh, we love this petite knits design and petite knits socks. I nearly barfed. Petite knits socks, oh, they're amazing. And I thought, oh, are they size inclusive? Do you want to say something about the cankles that I can design for you into your socks? That was absolutely pathetic. But I said to you they would apologise, and they did, Liz,
But
numerous
was it
times.
really an apology, or was it just like
Yes.
we got called out? We're
No,
gonna
they
say
said
we were
sorry.
wrong, but we still think they
They let
should be.
everybody know that they'd been in contact with her, with the designer. They let everybody know there'd been emails back and forth. But no, I do believe that was a sincere apology.
I
How
don't
could
think
you
it was
not?
sincere. I don't think it
Oh,
was
you
sincere
think
at
it
all.
was all
I
for the
think it was
fans?
them. I think it was they put out as much as they could that was
Yeah.
necessary, because even after that they're still saying they wish there was more ease, and they would, they still want things the
Oh,
way they want
Jody,
them. So,
Jody. Yep.
I don't think it was sincere at all. I think they didn't like being called out, because usually they get away with stuff like that and don't get called out. And
Oh,
I
you
think this
had to
time they
address
did,
it.
and
Yep.
they had to apologize. But if they had a problem with it,
The
they should have
gushing was
contacted her
ridiculous.
privately before talking about it on their show.
The
If you had
gushing
a
that
problem
they
with
did
her,
over her
yeah,
designs and over her
was
was
so
just
fake.
nuts afterwards. That was so fake. It wasn't. It was just hilarious. It was
Yeah, that's why.
overkill, and that made it seem a bit inauthentic because it was just overkill. That when she gushed about a sock pattern, I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, give me a break. You girls are overdoing it now. Like, this is over the top, overkill. It was
Yeah, pub,
ridiculous.
public trashing deserves a public apology as well as a private one. But they should have gone to her first before they said anything publicly. And the fact that they didn't said they wanted to go after her. If it was truly they didn't understand it, or they wanted to change the ease, they could have emailed her and said, hey, what can I do to modify this? Or, why don't you do this? But instead they went public with it
Just put her on
and went
blast.
after her without even knowing why.
Yeah.
And yet here's the thing. How many patterns do they knit that have that kind of ease built in that they've never questioned before? You think about it. Probably all the
Yeah.
patterns they knit. So for them to
Well,
suddenly go after her for it, it was intentional, and they thought they could get away with it, and they didn't. They
no.
got called out. So I don't believe their apology was sincere at all, because
Okay.
it took
I
them
thought
way
it
too
was.
long. It took them way too long for starters. It took them over a week. If they really
Yeah.
truly felt bad, they would have done something right away to stop the damage, but they didn't.
Oh, okay. They didn't do anything on the Insta. I don't look at their Insta anymore.
Nope. Please.
Okay. They just waited to say it in person. Oh, which I also must do. Gosh, talk about correcting wrongs, righting wrongs. Hey, can I do a class? Anybody out there want to do a class with me, for me, at me about Sock Ruler for Dummies 101? Because I seriously, thank you to the person who tried to explain this to me. When I said that this is incorrect and it's not my shoe size, they told me that that's the measurement where I'm stopping to do my toes. So when I thought I should have been measuring 39 European and I was getting, oh God, my feet have shrunk. No, they haven't. 37. They said to me that's where I should be stopping at 37. on this ruler here to then start my toes. Okay, so I understand what you're saying to me, and I'm relieved that that's what it is, but I'm still a total idiot. I don't
No,
understand
you're not.
how these work when you're supposed to shove it in the sock and you expect it to go to a certain part of the sock to give you that measurement. So this, you know, this has been in one of my knitting tubs for years, and I finally unpacked it, and I still don't know how to use it.
I have two, and I don't know how to use them.
You don't
I
know
think
how to
you're
use
better.
it?
No, don't know how to use them.
The one I have that I put away because I don't knit socks anymore, I would just mark on it where I wanted the heel to end for my foot, so that when I would use it, I would do toe up and knit until, till where I
Coggy,
knew
do
where
you
to start
know?
the heel.
So,
I never
look,
looked
so
at the
here's my
sizes. I
heel.
just measured my foot on it.
So there's my heel, right? And if
Right.
I'm looking at it, where am I knitting to? That measurement where my foot went to was 37. Am I just going to 37 and then starting the toe? Is that what the whole plan is? That this
I
is going
guess.
to tell me?
Well, plus
But
the
when I went
negative,
to
you need the 10%.
37 on here was the end of my foot. That's why I'm so confused.
Okay.
So I'm still confused.
Coggy says, remember, you need 10% negative ease. And Tabitha says, knit to your toes. Knit to your toes.
To the crease on those dogs on my feet, those puppies on my feet there. Okay. So I measure my foot to be 37 from the heel to the toe on here. But I know my foot is not that size. It's larger. So I can't be measuring that as my toe space because that's the end of my toes. I need to come down even further before I start my toes.
Okay.
So I'm confused, and I really need some help, please, with the sock ruler business.
Tabitha says she tries them on as she knits, and then she starts to decrease at the toes. So when you get to your toes, then she starts the decrease.
Okay, gotcha. I understand that. But I need to know, please. I don't need to. I would really like to know how to use this freaking ruler, please. I don't know how to use this ruler. That's what I know how to measure my foot on it, and I did, and it says European 37, and it says 24 centimeters. 24 centimeters, European 37, but that's to the end of my toe. Your ruler is shit. God bless you.
You use the foot as the ruler.
If I was looking at where my toes start, that's under 32, and there's no measurement under 32 here. So that doesn't help me. So yes, please, if anybody can comment, I would be really pleased to read all or any comments about knit to toe decrease 1 to 2 inch before end. Okay, well, let's have a look at what I did here on this one. I started the toe. How big is my toe? Hang on. I've got centimeters on here somewhere. Inches. I've got inches on here. No, that's not an inch. That's a centimeter. Okay. I have 4 centimeters would be negative ease. I've got 4.5 centimeters here. So that's the whole toe shaping from the bottom to the top on there, on that part. Okay. And yes, that's what I have done. I have just tried them on and gone, oh, my toes start here. I'll just start the toes. But I really wish I could use the ruler and know how to do it without having to try the socks on or to get a standard measurement for my feet. And negative ease is something I need to practice, yes.
Hopefully somebody will give us some answers.
Can someone give me some tips? I don't understand this damn ruler. Why do my
everybody
feet
for showing?
Thank you.
Just kitchener it as it is and chip your toes off. That's a solution, Neil. That is a solution. Little messy, just saying. I mean, and awkward to walk, but you do you. Tabitha doesn't do negative ease. She doesn't like tight socks, and Kagi's going to make another video.
Yeah,
oh, that's right. Well, she'll love my long socks then, because they're not negative ease at all, except for the chunky calves, my meaty calves. That's so they
That'll
stay
hold
up
the
and
socks
don't
up.
slip and slide. Yeah, that's got to hold the socks up. But I don't like tight socks either.
Mm-mm.
Oh, tabs.
I don't either.
Have I got a pattern
No.
for you? Okay, that's all. I just remembered my mistake in saying this rule is all wrong and this rule is not right. I think I'm not right, but I still don't know how to use it properly,
No,
please.
I think every sock ruler is different is the thing. And there's
What's
not one.
What's the point in
What?
that?
I don't know.
It's supposed to be so you can measure your foot or measure your cuff while you're knitting it. I don't know why I have a sock ruler. Maybe I'll turn it into yarn art and hang it around my neck. It's got a needle gauge on it.
That's probably why
Bloody
you
big
got it
earring.
for the needle gauge. You
Probably.
probably
Big
got it for the
earring.
needle gauge.
Yeah.
Scam
got
you out
needle
of
gauge.
money, according to Tabitha. So
Yeah, Tabitha, I got sucked in. I thought I had this magical mathematical sock ruler made in the EU, and it's not helped me.
you know what you do, Joe? You put it down, you put your foot on it, and then you measure, and then you mark where you want to start the toes. And you don't
Yeah, I
worry
have
about
to mark
measurements. You just
off.
knit that far.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
that's
right.
what I
It doesn't
did.
matter what the measurement is. Good
No,
work.
that's what I did. So,
You are so smart, Liz.
all
You're
right,
right.
ladies.
That's what I should do.
Joe, are you going to go on the knitting wars tomorrow?
Oh, knitting wars tomorrow, everybody. What's happening? What
We were
time is it?
invited.
Oh, we are? And what time is it?
An hour before we usually start.
Oh, only 1 hour before? Yeah, I can get
Yeah.
out of bed for that. Sure,
Okay.
I'd love to see you on the knitting wars tomorrow.
So, yay. Tune in because we
What?
love Ann and DK.
I do.
And
I do. And congratulations, Neil. 2 years. Amazing. Well done.
I know. Don't let it go to your head or anything because,
Yeah.
you got to put out an issue soon. So make sure you're not celebrating too much because they'll come after you.
Maybe you
That's
can
what
give me
they
some
do.
spinning tips in Blocked Magazine for my shit art yarn, Neil. Spinning tips. Do you have any spinners on your staff of highly paid contributors? Because my
I don't
art
have
yarn needs some help.
I don't have a spinning tip, but calling it shit art yarn's probably not a good name.
Not a
Look at
good
this.
marketing tool.
Not good
Look at
marketing.
this. Look at that. That's a little artistic nub of I don't know what. But there you go. It'll be knit into something after I wrap it and whack it.
Looks just like knit collage, Joe. You're on your way.
I could be onto something.
You could be.
I just love the way that Therese laughs at my silk bits that are just freestyle hanging little
I like
snotty
those.
bits. Look,
That's
That's fancy. People pay for that.
I know.
Oh, Neil says you could write about your spinning journey, Joe, for the
I
magazine.
could. The fact that I'm a shit at it. I'm shit at it, but I love it. Guess there's
That's
lots
all
of
that
people who are
matters.
shit at their jobs and love them too. Look at that, Neil. Look at that. How bad is that? Oh my god.
Love it.
I can't get over this twist. This twist is killing me. This twist. Look. Oh,
Don't worry,
elastic.
it's
Yeah.
untwisting. It's already untwisting, so you're good.
Thanks, guys. Okay, well, I'll see you all tomorrow, so we get to chat again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thanks for coming, everybody, to another
Thanks.
Monday. Can you believe we've been doing this over 6 months now?
Wow.
Have we?
Yeah.
We haven't been doing off
We
YouTube
started in
yet.
May.
That's
It'll
good.
But now
be a year in
now I'm
May.
asking
So-
technical questions, so I hope people can help me. Coggy knows a lot about spinning, so thank you, Coggy. And if you can help me with the sock ruler, any comments, anything you can teach me, I really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
April Fool issue is too long away. We could present your yarn as the new thing.
Make art yarn great again.
She'd have to make a whole lot of it, Neil, though, to show different versions of her art yarn. But she
Maybe.
couldn't call it art yarn because you'd have to reinvent it as something else.
Right.
It's
'Cause
horrible, but I love it.
Some indigenous person somewhere probably invented it, and you're appropriating it, and you know.
Probably.
Or just do it.
Just make a hat. Now I want to see your hat with a little
I want
bit
a hat.
hanging out.
Yes, I want you to make a hat out of it.
Want a
Wind that
little bit
into a
hanging out.
hank, soak it, whack it a couple times on the side of your building or whatever, and let it hang up. Do you have any weights on there?
Papua New Guinea yarn. Who would argue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were inspired by your time in Papua New Guinea to create this yarn.
Yes.
Yarn belong him, sheep belong him, you. Yep.
Whatever
Okay.
she said.
Whatever that means.
All right. Thanks,
Sure.
everybody. We'll see you
Thanks,
next week.
Bye,
Or
guys.
we'll see you tomorrow on Knitting Wars. Bye.
Twisty. It's called yarn fail.